All right, there's me, there's them. Hey, check it, look at you. Look how beautiful. Look at the Samson Brothers, my boys.
Compliment. You look amazing.
Bro, I need a shave. I need a shave.
I didn't want to say it, but so put one sound check. Make sure we turn the labels away. We're not endorsing any brandy of anything.
Okay.
We can have beers because we are musos. And
So how do I drink my beer?
on the slab, bro. Double-handed like we're like a bluff, mamo.
Yeah, bluffing hard pay, bro.
Check this. No, I got this. Ah, check it that. Check it.
Oh,
Check me in the middle, eh? Come
nice,
on.
bro. You're technological.
Anyway, let's make sure that we're even live before we get excited. Yeah, okay, we're rolling. Welcome, boys. Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you too, brother.
How y'all been?
Dude, we've been good.
Good.
We've been cruising and moving forward,
Good and busy.
doing things. Yeah.
Oh, jeez, we moved studios like a month ago.
Yeah.
We had
It's like a
so
month and a half ago.
We're up at a family friend's house in Hout Bay,
Yeah.
and unfortunately the room got mold. So
Where have you heard that before, bro?
no,
That's
but we
funny, bro.
built a makeshift studio in an
Mold is-
apartment block.
Mold is quite a thing, eh?
Bro, mold's a thing.
Yeah.
It's and I don't respond very well to mold, to be honest. I get lang sick.
You reckon
dude.
you can't mold with it?
I can't mold with it.
Do you know
dude.
why?
No.
So
Yeah.
Maddie had a heart operation when he was 2.
That'll do it.
Yeah. and I had a collapsed lung when I was 22
Oh shit.
from chuffing dairies. No jokes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at
It's
that.
okay. No. It's true story, bro.
Graham Bell, check out. So we got comments here. Look over there on the screen. You can't see that. So we just what we tune to Graham Bell. We say aware. We put him in the broadcast like this. Graham Bell, how you doing? Where you tuning in from? Either way, we'll do some random drops of comments like this because this video has to last after tonight. So it's not going to be all about comments. But I'm glad you guys are tuning in from wherever and however. This will just grow. The main point of tonight is a little catch up with my big choms, the Samson Brothers. I've been away, as you know.
Yeah.
Bro, what was it like?
What part?
Oh man, I mean, just being, because you're in the Caribbean, hey? You made
Yes.
it to the Caribbean.
I made it to the Caribbean.
Is it the Caribbean or is it the Caribbean? How do you pronounce
That's up to you, bro. Potato.
Caribbean man.
Yeah, the Caribbean, man. What was it like?
Yeah.
It was amazing. We ended up in the Caribbean, man. So all good, bro. It was interesting along the way. There were a couple of things that happened.
Sure.
But bro, I lived 3 lifetimes this year. Like when Oaks trip on DMT and they reckon in 10 minutes you've been through a whole lifetime. That's what happened to me this month. This year. I was like, holy sherbet. It feels like a dream. I went through a whole pirate life experience.
That's incredible. And the crew you worked with?
Yeah,
You seem to have formed a tight bond. And
Yeah. So my cousin joined me,
Okay.
Michael Haywood. He was a legend and a rock. So he flew in all the way from Grenada to help us get the show on the road. And then I had Ethan, who's been a crew for a long time, and those were essentially the 3 core members. And I had some friends and some new people who did the first leg. But at the end of the day, it was literally the 3 of us who did most of it. We had one guy help us from St. Helena to Recife, Brazil. His name's Chris, legend.
Sure.
But it was quite short-staffed for such a big boat. But we pulled it off, Bruce. So big shout-out to Michael Haywood and Ethan. I mean, just what a champion. So it literally, Brett, was the biggest challenge of my life, by far.
Really?
By a landslide, bro.
In what way? Like just a couple of
learning about things on the fly, figuring out, being close to going, oh shit, we could die.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Little.
Did you go through some serious storms? Or?
Not any storms. It's just, she's an old boat.
Okay.
And with inexperienced crew, which we kind of were, a couple of things happened that we could have done better had we all done a bit of training on her and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say close to dying. It sounds very dramatic. But, when you're 500 miles out to sea and your backstay rigging tensions snap, which means that your mast can fall off.
Oh, no.
We still got the life raft and we still got all those other things, but it's not a nice place to be in.
Yeah. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah. It's not great, So we went.
Balls of steel.
Yes, I don't know, bro. How's it from a chilly Josie? Check in, just adding to the broadcast. Sorry, I've moved the comment section so that I can actually check it out. Lazita, how you doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. But yeah, so that was that. I'm happy to be back alive, or just at all.
You know, just to mention, I mean, one of the coolest things I watched on your Instagram stories was when you did that live performance.
Yeah, that was
in Grenada.
Proper.
That was in Grenada, mate.
No, it was kept. Well, that's the thing about technology, is that you can do those kinds of things. And so we had enough data on board that we could just live stream, and you just put the normal iPhone camera in front of whatever's happening, and that's enough. You know, you don't have to go through the Focusrite Scarlett. Big shout out to Michael Vaughan for giving me that for the trip. Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah,
So
man, it's a dream.
we can have all the technology in the world if you want, but at the end of the day, it's actually about what you do with it, and do you know what I mean? And about creating something and being creative with it, which you guys have been. So tell me about this. I'm going to quickly cut and do a screenshot of the website you guys have. I think that's working. Yeah, you can see that.
Let's click on the homepage there.
Okay, homepage. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Nice. Revelation Beats.
That's the one, Revelation Beats.
Find the right music the right way. All right.
Yes.
Explain to me. What do you mean by this, guys?
Matty, I'm going to let you take a brief explanation of what you created here, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. So Revelation Beats is the first royalty-free music library in Africa.
Okay.
And we say find the right music the right way because our search engine, which is a dope feature, is very simple to use.
Yeah.
And if you scroll down there,
Yeah.
you'll see a picture of me, and then you'll see a picture of and then if you scroll further down, even more, you'll see that we have some custom curated playlists.
Okay, cool.
Which makes it a lot easier to find your next banger for your video content.
Okay, and who's it aimed at in particular? Is it for video, for movies?
Yeah, so it's basically, I mean, if I could just touch on it, I mean, so the music we've created is specifically geared towards uplifting video content.
Right.
Okay, so anyone from a digital nomad who's creating content of lifestyle shots, brand campaigns, companies, film editors, if they're looking for royalty-free beats to sync to their video, this is the platform to come to.
Right.
It is the first, like Maddie said, in Africa, so we do offer African music. A lot of the libraries existing, I'm not going to mention names,
Yes.
they're very Eurocentric, so they don't have the African
What does
flavor.
Eurocentric mean? Come on, Josh. What does it even mean?
So basically, just saying it's not as, I don't know what the right term would be, but almost we've got a lot more urbanized beats.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
okay,
so you have like a video shot in South Africa with South African content, and then you've got like this Euro club beat on it when you should have an Amapiano beat or an
correct.
Afro pop beat over it.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, so we've got that. Like you can see there, we've got our Amapiano playlist, which we've created a lot of the music for this.
Should I click on it?
Yeah, click on it, man.
Okay, all right.
play
Let's be crazy, bro. Let's be
Let's
wild.
do it, bro.
The first track on there is actually one of our composers.
Yeah,
Okay.
So the first track, Linganani.
Okay, should we do it?
do
Yeah.
it, bro.
Let's do a second.
Yeah, this is one of our composers. So we didn't create this track, but we helped mix it and produce it,
Okay.
master it.
So now we need to keep quiet. But also then no one can rip it if we're talking over it, so it's careful. But it's royalty free, so who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you want to go? Yeah.
Just scroll even.
Okay, got you. Yeah. So just to give you guys an idea.
Okay, great.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. You got that low drum in there.
No, it's sick, bro.
Shout out to Muzi for
Yeah.
creating this track.
Shout out to Muzi. Okay, so the point of it is,
So we're basically targeting digital nomads, content creators to post-production studios.
okay,
Because here's the thing, like most people today don't want to mess around with cue sheets and rate cards.
yeah,
And like if you go and talk to our videographer who's 21, who shout out to him, Danilo Canelis, he's amazing. He does Saggy Stone stuff. Like
Many others.
I don't know if I can actually mention all the people he does,
Why?
but
yeah.
but he's amazing. But the thing is, he's never messed around with a rate card or a license or anything like that. So
Check out compliment. That beat is awesome. Proudly African.
Oh, thank you, Natalie.
Thank you so much, Natalie.
you
Lovely,
are
Nats.
amazing. You can listen to our music for free on the website.
There we go.
And we've got a Spotify and iTunes with the
Okay,
Revelation
I'm going to put all the
beats.
links in here anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So we started this library, and then I don't know if you know this, but the first royalty-free music libraries came out during COVID.
Right. I didn't know.
Yeah. So I probably can't mention the names.
Why not?
Okay. So it's
This is
Epidemic Music
It's
Library,
the internet.
which everyone
Fine.
has.
Yeah.
Swedish, and Artlist, who's Israeli.
Yeah.
They started, this sort of music library war of royalty free. And last year, when it came to November, we had built our library because our development's done by guys in the UK,
Right.
and we had done all the development. We made.
Was this you mean web development on this for this
Yeah.
platform? Okay,
Yeah,
so you guys
bro.
obviously developed the music, and so the web development is helping this platform to plug in to have it accessible
yes.
with the SRC code, all that,
And
etc.
just quickly, a shout out to Jordan Talbot for designing
Yes.
our back end and giving us our brand logo.
I wish I had someone help me design my back end. That would be amazing.
Yeah, bro. So basically, we had this designed in it's made by a company called TuneBud in the UK, and
cool.
they allow you to sort of create composer websites or music libraries, and then you sort of pay them to upgrade it as you go along.
Right.
But what's really interesting is we got our lawyers, our contracts for our composers, because we got South African composers on there, guys,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And basically, it came to November, and we realized everyone's going subscription based.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, well, fuck,
We
we're
need to
gonna,
pivot.
we need to pivot, bro. We're gonna die before we launch.
You
We only
gotta
launched
pivot.
in January.
Yeah.
And I mean, the funniest thing is we've actually gotten some a bit of hate mail for being royalty free and all that stuff.
Bruh,
But at the same
all
time,
trendsetters are going to get hate mail, baby.
But bro, at the same time, the thing is, I know, I've made beats in here to pitch to
yes.
publishers and stuff. People all over this country have beats sitting on their laptops and on their towers, bro, that are doing nothing, that
Yeah.
are great,
Right.
So
and they
true.
deserve a home, dude.
Yeah.
And even though people are like, okay, well, how do you make a living in royalty-free space? Well, firstly, the volume of subscribers is it's almost infinite. Dude.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you have a lot of subscribers and you have a lot of content, the music gets a value and the artist gets a cut.
Right.
And as Revelation Beats, because we're also an internationally registered record label, we do a 70-30 split with
Okay.
our composers. So they take 70, we take 30. Which
So
is
are you
quite a
saying
good
that
deal.
everyone who's got content sitting on their, which they all created their whole lives or during lockdown or COVID, they must reach out to you and
Yeah,
just add to the
100%,
pool.
bro.
Please,
We add to
we're
the pool.
looking
Is
to
that the-
expand the family,
So
man.
there we go. So
Dude,
this is a home for, because
Yeah.
I've got tons of beats. I mean, how many things have you just made? You go, oh, there was a Kif idea after a Durry, you make a beat.
Yeah,
a verse and chorus. After one Green Gunston.
Yeah, bro. And it's just chilling there.
Yeah, exactly.
And someone somewhere in the world, bro, whether it's in Brazil or in Belarus, bro.
So guys,
they
you've heard
might
it.
like
So
it.
reach out to revelationbeats.com. Hit
Yeah,
up
it's
Maddie
fine.
and Josh and get your stuff sitting in a catalog that
Yeah.
people can at least browse. And then what do you guys do? Do you listen to it, audition it, see if it's going to be...
Dude,
Yeah,
we go.
so, yeah,
can
but
I take this?
please, bro.
Yeah.
We go the extra mile, bro.
Go for it, Maddie.
Go,
Our
boy, Jay.
composers, I personally, I make a living mixing and mastering music.
Mm.
I master my composers' music. I give them the master,
Wow.
so that they know, they have a mastered finished product.
Yeah.
They then can upload, or we create a portal for them. They can upload the song. We add metadata to it. So whether it's a movie that they like Dunkirk or Avengers or whatever, we add
Yeah.
all the SEO stuff. I generate an international sound recording code for it.
Yeah.
And we are with Imro, which is Irish, so we're
Right.
not with Samro.
Okay.
So our stuff it's just everything works very well.
Right.
And
Low-key this.
and-
High-key this.
yeah, and then we upload it. So we have the ability to track the stuff.
Mm.
And we also have the ability to load it on Spotify and iTunes.
Champion, bro.
So we found a lot of loopholes.
as we need to.
As we need to.
Being
you know?
musicians on this earth, we
Yeah.
need to figure out what the hell to do. Let's check out a couple of comments very quickly. I've loved this. Hold on, you guys can read this as well. It's awesome. Okay, so Natalie's going, is it for Mahala? So explain that. So for Mahala, so this is now a subscription, right? It's not entirely for free, or is it?
So there's two sides to the business. It's subscription,
Yeah.
and then it's also sales.
Okay.
So if someone wants to purchase a song outright for your business, exclusivity in perpetuity, you want to buy the license for a year.
Okay,
2
so have you
years.
guys got all of that sorted on the back end once they log in?
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude,
Things
100%.
things are, you can either purchase it or you can license it, right?
Yeah, dude. I
Okay.
mean, firstly, our payment aggregator is Stripe, which is used by
There you go.
Uber and
Worldwide.
Amazon. So it's like instant payments, instant refunds, like everything's seamless. I've
Fantastic.
tested it myself, bro. I've bought all the expensive stuff for film,
Yeah.
and I've bought the stuff for social media content creators.
Good. You got to trial the stuff out. Very well done.
Yeah, exactly. So we've paid and refunded. Yeah,
Ourselves.
exactly. Yeah. No, we have, man.
No, I hear
And-
you.
And what was the other question?
There wasn't another question. So there's a subscription or buying, and you check the back end, which you just said. So here's a friend of mine, Richard. He edited the Shallow Waters music video.
Hey man,
Oh,
I've been in
wow.
contact with Richard.
You should.
Oh,
So
from Popcorn,
this will be
cool.
something interesting that he would want to know about. So Richie,
It's interesting, Odd. We've got a meeting with Richard. We've got a meeting with you tomorrow at 10:30 or 11.
Oh,
I'm
no
actually,
way.
check. I'm actually meeting you at the castle tomorrow. I'll pop in. Which castle?
I'm not meeting him. I'm not meeting you here, man.
No, check out Richie. I'm actually meeting Josh tomorrow. Are you at the castle tomorrow? I'll pop in. Oh, I see. That's to me.
Well, we-
Okay. Richard
we
answers
live
yes,
5
baby.
minutes from it.
I'll never leave you if I know you coming, baby. So he's a
That's dope.
champion. There's a big shout out. I mean, what a great edit on
Man,
the.
he's been a legend. I contacted Richard through some. Let's be honest here. When you start a new business, you got to call some people up, and you got to make
This
that
guy.
effort. And I might look a bit old with a beard, but I'm 26. My
Yeah.
brother's 32, and just a bit
90s.
bit of a backstory. I won't be long on this.
No, please
Do
do.
you know how this started?
I don't. And
Okay.
we have. This is freeform, baby. You don't have to cut anything down. Off you go.
So Maddie and I were in LA, remember?
Mhm.
So guys, just to let you know, Art has been an incredible support to us since
Yeah,
I can
yes.
remember. He's an amazing man. I'm going to stop there.
Okay. Yeah.
So we were in LA, and my brother flew me up, right? And we had an investor, the whole dream. We were trying to live the dream.
Of course.
Had an investor, lived in Calabasas in LA, in this beautiful home.
I built a recording
My
studio
brother
there,
built a
man,
recording
That's
studio.
what we do, baby.
with my Bitcoin money and my savings.
Back then, I was still learning a lot about myself, and we were playing some shows. It went pretty well. And basically what happened was my brother was at a salad bar, and he met a lady. And this lady kind of heard him brewing. So he was like, "Oh, brew, thanks for the salad, man. Thanks so much. You put so much love in this brew.
It was a
Thank you."
sandwich, bro.
A sandwich, sorry.
Same thing.
Fuck, Ritz, it doesn't matter. SS, doesn't matter. So anyways, my brother's brewing, and this lady comes along, and she's like, "Are you South African?" So my brother's like, "Yeah, I'm South African." Or she is American, but he was like,
Yeah.
how do you know I'm South African? She's like, "My husband's South African."
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, the lady happened to be
She happened to be. It was the CEO of this company's brother. Was her husband,
Okay. Got
and
you.
they owned a company called Remote Control,
Yeah.
and that 50% partner is Hans Zimmer.
so it was
And-
remote control with Hans Zimmer and Steven
Yeah.
Kofsky.
She's like. Sick.
So I made a song back then. I was still learning about songwriting art, not on your level, but I was
right
learning.
up there, bro.
And I wrote a song called Tula Mama.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
it.
So Tula Mama seemed to grab attention in this entire place, man. True. Like, no lies.
Right.
So this lady punt our song around this remote control, office.
Well, dude, there's the backstory to that is she says to
Yes, I
me,
forgot.
she says to me
At the salad bar.
at the salad bar in Malibu,
a sandwich.
she's like, I work for this company, Remote Control. Do you know Hans Zimmer? And I'm like,
Never heard of him.
yeah, yeah, that.
Hans Zami.
I was like, yo, bro, that doesn't you do like,
Ham Zimmer.
doesn't you do like music, bro? Let's have it. So I'm like, yo, that's amazing. Like, what do you do? She's like, oh, well, I kind of deal with finance and accounting and stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. Could I maybe pitch some music to you? And she was like, whoa.
Yeah, hang on.
Whoa,
Too soon.
whoa, I don't.
I haven't even put mayo on my Zami yet,
Yeah.
bro. Fucking
Girl,
sure.
I was married on the first date type thing. But I'm like, listen, don't you listen to music in your car?
Yeah.
And she's like, of course I do. I was like, can I just send you a track
Put
to
one
listen to in
disc
your
there,
car?
put one disc.
And we only had like 2 or 3 tracks that we had made.
man, Maddie had just
Bro,
literally...
that's how I got signed to Capitol Records, bro. I had 2 or 3
Really?
songs from our career here before I was in LA.
Crazy.
And I just handed them out as well. So, well done, you're on the same track. Carry on, bro. Carry on.
So we got good trajectories, but we'll get a castle one
So
day.
Maddie being the legend he is, you know, he ended up giving this lady our song, you know, a week later. She messages us and she's like,
circled.
Yeah.
guys, the song is being loved around remote control.
Whoa.
Will you pop in for a day? Okay, so
Wow.
So
we
we got
go
in touch
there.
with that guy, Stephen Kofsky. He's a
I'm
legend.
not going to
bro.
bore you with this long-winded story, but where it went was, you know, we got to the studio and, I kid you not, man, we got to read the chord chart for Interstellar, for Pirates of the Caribbean. I was about to say odd. Hans Zimmer wasn't there.
Right.
Otherwise, we would have met the guy.
Wow.
Which would have been an inspiration for me because
It would be
I
nuts.
mean,
He's an icon. He's
yeah,
joking.
of course.
Best.
So what happened was through a lot of conversation, they liked our talent, but they saw us more in the light of kind of being 2 individuals who can compose music for film.
Yeah.
We have unique sounds. We come from South Africa. We have this African style of how we chuck our guitars. So they put us in touch with this guy named Stephen Lindsay, who
You know, he was just like, you know.
Hell yeah, man. I'm totally LA,
he was
bro.
wearing
Like
his
we-
sunglasses
bro, we-
inside the whole meeting.
God bless Stevie. Love him.
No.
Dude,
but
yeah,
Stephen
bro.
Lindsay, if you find this podcast,
He's
man,
a
you changed
legend.
our life. I'll tell you
He did.
why.
Yeah.
We sat in his studio and he heard my song and he was like, man, you guys are talented, but your songs and your lyrics they shit.
Your songs are shit.
So what happened is he made a good point, man, and this is really my full truth. And what happened was he mentioned to us, you guys are in a crossroad. You're in the middle and you don't have a sound that's marketable. You kind of make different styles, both of you. He makes one style, I make another. It kind of sparked. So what happened was he mentioned to us, look, there's an internship option for you guys to be interns for Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
At the time, God bless our investor, he wasn't too happy with this option, and you know, the deal wasn't what we wanted to do.
Yeah, he wanted us to be a famous band, bro.
You
So
wanted
it's
us
like,
to be a
Right.
famous touring band, not
Yeah.
be interns at Hans Zimmer's place, even
Of
though that
course.
is
Even that's way better. Yeah.
man. I mean,
Yeah.
But I mean, because
Jeez.
you know, they own Extreme Music Library and
Right.
they own Bleeding Fingers, like record label. So
Right.
it's like, there's all that.
Carry on, guys. I'm just getting us live on Instagram. Why? But
Yeah,
carry on.
yeah,
carry
yeah,
on,
do
carry
it.
on.
So basically, what happened is this guy Stephen Lindsay, and by the way, Stephen Lindsay, guys, he found Bruno Mars. True story.
Yeah,
He co-wrote Hallelujah
with Leonard Cohen.
with Leonard Cohen.
He
Whoa.
wrote he co-wrote I Kissed a Girl.
He
Whoa.
wrote I
Katy
Kissed. He
Perry.
co-wrote I Kissed a Girl with Katy Perry. And why I'm telling you the story is we're in this guy's place, this beautiful house in Malibu, and we spent 4 hours with this guy chewing off our ear about how we're not good enough, and it sparked something really special for us because he said, you know, you guys are in a crossroad, and you guys are so talented. But because you're in a crossroad, it's so hard to market you. So become interns for Hans Zimmer. Like I said before, at the time, our investor was like, no go.
Right.
Right? You want to be a touring band.
Yeah.
What this led to is years down the line of coming back to SA. Unfortunately, we didn't move to LA.
Yeah.
We are planning on going the next year again.
Yeah.
But this is now 5 years down the line. We didn't go back to LA. And this sparked an idea.
Yes.
Maddie makes so many genres. I make so many genres. So guys, what happened was in 1 year, my brother and I created 300 pieces of music.
Yeah,
So we
Jesus.
dedicated
and built a company
we
and
dedicated
designed it.
pretty much
and did all of this.
every single day. My brother came to me and he was like, look, bro, people who are high up, who have influence in the music industry, this guy, Stephen Lindsay, found Bruno Mars, co-wrote Hallelujah.
Yeah.
We thought to ourselves, this is a perfect opportunity to create 300 pieces of music and start a library.
Yeah.
That's how Revelation Beats came about. My brother pulled me aside. He was like, look, brother, I got investments. I'm starting this business. Let's make tracks together. Let's make all of our dream tracks. Let's do our orchestrations, our African music, our blues, our folk, and let's start this company.
And let's have a place for our friends to have their music that
All right,
sits
so-
on their laptops and does
so
nothing.
I love that. I hear you. My question to you is, I know you guys had I mean, I've done the LA thing. We all aspire. Who doesn't aspire to be in LA, right? It's the dream. So
It's a cool place, man.
It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
No,
It's not for me,
bro.
You know, it's not for
South
me in the
Africa-
sense of
yeah. Okay. So hear my
pretense, yeah.
point. Hear my point.
Okay.
You say you want to go back there. Can I just ask, what edge do you think you're going to have by being back there instead of being here doing what you're doing online? I mean, obviously the difference is you can always get to rub shoulders in a random bar with someone who can change your life. Wonderful. Are you going there just for that? Or are you going to be cool and just carry on doing what you're doing and working on your catalog?
So to be honest, Odd,
Yeah.
we would want to go back there because we have a lot of amazing friends.
Yes.
So we'd love to see those friends again.
Yeah, but
They-
you can always go on a holiday, buddy.
No, man. I
You're
think
going to move back to go and see your friends, cause what, and then not work.
No,
no,
that's-
they
it's-
believe in our business, man.
It's
Right.
it's because
Yeah.
we have some people that we're talking to right now that, you know, have raised a lot of finance, can
Right.
help us move our IP there, can help us create this into the size and the scalability that I have the vision for.
Yes.
Because as you know, with the Green Mamba, like you can't start a Kickstarter campaign, bro.
Char.
Yeah, can't start a Kickstarter campaign, bro. For us to get the Stripe accounts
Oh, no.
that we use,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
you don't understand the MOUs I've had to put together with people in the UK and stuff, bro.
No, I do. I
so
do.
so just for-
I'm sorry,
yeah.
he says
Sugar?
there's no load shedding in LA. You are right,
Yeah.
Natalie.
Natalie, that is also correct. That kind of does put a bit of a dampener when you're trying to create a catalog.
yeah,
and
bro.
you've got no electricity.
So we did it and we worked all hours on all that catalog. But in terms of LA, we don't want to go there to live there.
Right,
We just want to
okay.
go there to solidify potential deals,
Okay.
if and when they happen. But it is
Yeah.
a global market. The whole point of this is to get music on a global village for
Yeah.
people who wouldn't necessarily. Bro, we just signed a composer today from Nigeria
There we go.
who makes
Point,
unreal.
my only
stuff.
point is, and long may your enthusiasm be, and please go to LA when you want. The beautiful thing about the flat Earth that we live on, being with internet and technology, is you don't have to relocate there. So when Ginger went there in the late 90s, we went there because it was the only way that I would have ever met someone in a bar, because we didn't have Twitter or Instagram or anything like that at all. So it was trying to
Yeah.
be in the right place at the right time. But now you guys are sitting here, you establish a thing. I would suggest, as a mate, is
Please,
you just
brother.
carry on,
Yeah,
you do your missions. Go to LA on a purposeful mission, but to relocate and to get the visas and to get the endorsement, unless you get an investor who sorts you out entirely.
Yeah.
Laka, even then, you think you got friends in LA, you got family here. Don't forget that
you
either.
see, bro. Amen. But dude,
I don't
note
even
that-
have any words for
yeah, because he's so right, guys. Like, Josh didn't really touch on this, but
Yeah.
we spent $10,000 on lawyers' fees, bro,
Yeah,
to
bro.
immigrate there, and we still got denied right before
I know.
COVID.
Still
I
got
know.
denied before COVID.
So it's
Maddie,
like-
literally, this
Yeah.
guy, my brother, did everything in his power to get us
I know.
to live there. But Odd, you're so right, man. It's just,
So,
it's not the same as South Africa.
It's-
It's not the
it'll
same
never
as
be
our
the
home.
same.
It never will be.
So
John,
point
you can
is-
park on the sidewalk here, bro. There you
point is, go. Do the
and you come
missions.
back, guys.
Do the missions, but I would hesitate to do a complete transition to go there because you are going to be lost in the noise of that place. Being here, apart from being already uniquely South African, reaffirms that you are uniquely South African because you're in Hout Bay already, so you can't be more South African than when you are South African. When you are South African and you go to LA, you're just a South African in LA. Whereas, does that make sense? And also,
I know what you're talking
the upheaval of going and the mission and the snort and tron, and then you lose your apartment here and you lose everything you guys have set up to do, and it's going to take you a year to set it up there.
Yeah,
Just hear me. I'm just speaking from experience. Being
bro,
almost,
you
yeah.
you
Man,
you
and
are
we
the
will
guy.
listen to
You
you.
always listen to you.
I must
man.
just say,
you've guided us a lot, bro.
Odd doesn't like me doing this, guys.
Yeah.
But my two favorite singers on the planet. Odd, please don't kick me, bro.
Wow, where am I kicking you?
My
Right,
two
can't reach.
favorite singers on the planet. One is Fink
Oh, I love Fink.
and you, Chom.
Oh, brother,
Yeah.
thank you. That's very kind.
100%. I've watched so many bands in my life. I've been blessed to have grown up around my dad and have, you know, spent time with Earth, Wind and Fire, James Blunt.
Jeez.
You know, I've seen Muse, Korn.
George Benson. You got drunk with George Benson.
I got
dude?
drunk
That's
with George Benson
That's
in
nuts.
Beverly Hills.
That's nuts.
But ARD, you literally are my favorite
Yeah, it's
singer,
power.
bro.
Thank you. That's high praise coming from two people who I think are some of the finest musicians that I have
You're a legend.
crossed my path with, and I say that. But in that moment, we have to give a little shout out to the little Seti.
dude.
I mean, what happened there, cuz? Where did you start multiplying your talent here, into these two legends? So shout out to Sid, love you, boy.
Absolutely, love you, Dad.
Hope you fixed your toe out since the last time you were in ice cold water. You got to start walking backwards into the water from now on, bro. Otherwise, we can have issues.
I just have to, saying about Seti with the swimming every morning.
Yo, what?
I must say, he's inspired so many people to swim. And at
Yes.
some point, I'm just putting it out there. This is a podcast, and please don't hate me for saying this, but I swear there should be a statue built of the man there.
I think
I personally think so.
I couldn't agree more. He's such a part of that morning routine,
100%.
and he motivated me to get into the Vimhoff morning thing, which I'm going to get back into. I actually almost went there today, and I just lay down and let the feeling pass. Sorry,
Are you going to
Seth.
swim tomorrow?
No, I can't guarantee that. We're
Yeah.
dropping beer now tonight,
Come on, bro.
If I don't, it's because of you guys.
Yeah.
I was going to, and then you guys came in with your bad influence. I was doing so well. but
Blame the hot bad boys.
but anyway, that's the Vimhoff thing is quite a key thing too.
But Bruce, it's real because like, you know, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, when he was doing it like in the winter in the rain, and people were going, "No, this guy's mad."
I know.
So he's mad.
Especially we do have a little feeder of potential immune building stuff that comes in from the Diesel River.
Bruce
That's
said
why
he
I
doesn't
don't
get
swim,
sick,
dude.
dude.
That's why I don't
why.
swim.
Bro, he's 70
That's
in
why.
August.
Said he
Bro,
doesn't get sick.
He'd never get sick,
Maddie
bro.
Maddie. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No, guys, I will be sorry. Swim with poo every day. Swim in the poo.
Let's not hate on the Half Bay Beach, man.
not hating.
Let's not hate
It's
on the Half
true.
Bay
Dude,
Beach.
it's fact.
There's no hate. It's my town.
Look,
It's my
the-
town too. You
the
swim in the
ocean-
poo and you'll never get sick. Guys, that's the saying. Can we start a beat right now? Swim in the poo.
That's brilliant.
I kid you not. I'm not even joking. It's actually that's scientific
So
based.
do you want to swim in the poo tomorrow?
I will. I have.
should.
Bro, I have all of last year. I just haven't much this year. So
Because you got the taste of that Caribbean water, dog. Now you
Yeah,
don't
it's
want to
so
touch
warm,
that
but
cold
it's not-
shrinkage.
it's nowhere near pooey enough. So I got that's why I got sick.
Okay, but on a serious note, it has cleaned up after the 3 years.
Well,
No, it has, it has.
also after the June rain that we had, I should hope by now the poo is around
If
the corner.
anyone has footage, Half Bay Beach was empty 5 years ago. No one was swimming in it.
Yeah, not, bro, no.
Maybe there's some people who
Bro,
were
now
swimming.
there's chilling on the water, bro.
No, I'm
by the
saying
sand.
I'd say like Chifik Dara is swimming.
Please, no, he is joking.
Why? Why? Please no.
No, him, because
Is it the accents or what?
so many people hear his accent and they're like, but that's who you are. And I'm like, fuck it, that's not
No,
who
because
he
I'm
is.
busting out accents all the
Accents
time,
are
bro.
hysterical.
No, dude, but I have
please
these.
do it,
I
What's
have,
with
I
the
have,
haters? What's with the accent
Bro,
haters?
I know,
I mean,
dude.
when I see like
No.
John Ellis and certain acts, I go immediately into India, my roots in Durban. I fucking love it. There's nothing funny. Hey, my mom, it's fine. We on once. I mean, come on. I mean, if that could ever be offensive to anyone, then you must log off and go and get a life right now. We live in
Exactly.
such an offensive world
Yeah.
that if you can't see the fun in appreciating people's accents,
Yeah.
rip my lisp off, they rip my everything off about me. And who am I to get offended? Are you joking? Just chill
Oh,
out.
you're right, bro.
Yeah, bro, so you know, not bad, bro.
No shit, sir.
We philosophize, bro. Like, there was Wendy the other day, bro. I'm serious.
And Josh, you're so damn cute to think that they would be slightly offensive ever.
Am I still cute with his beard, bro?
No, not. But you're not cute
I've
when
got
you
a
when you
shave.
start getting
I've got a
sensitive about worrying about accents and shit like that. You
Oh,
just
bro, I'm
grow
not
up.
sensitive.
Dude, you're the only
It's
guy I'll
the-
drink
it's-
beer around.
It's
Joking.
today, bro. You gotta watch what you say. You could say the wrong thing and you
Exactly.
cancelled.
Great.
You cancelled.
Okay, bro, you can't be cancelled twice because I'm here to tell you that, boy. You must also, at the end of the day, just live your freaking life. Okay, guys, I'm tired of holding this camera. Instagram, thank you so much. If you want to carry on watching this, it's on Facebook /ARD Matthews. Everyone have a beautiful day. Say goodbye to the Ozian. Cheers, mamo. Hey, mamo.
Hey, don't joke around there.
Oh, shit, I don't know how to log off here. That was almost smooth.
Almost smooth.
There we go, bro. Okay, sharing.
Oh, Julian, bro, from Plato. What
There
a
you go.
legend.
Hey, Jules, what's up?
How's it, Jules? That guy's amazing, bro.
Love him.
Yo, Julian, you're amazing, man.
Yeah.
One of the first supports of Revelation Beats. So thank you.
I've got an amazing story about Julian. Give me a check out. So check this out. So you guys know Impossible Machines, right? The album I did.
Dude,
Yeah.
Of course,
that's
bro.
one of my
I sing
favorite
your
songs
lyric
of all time.
most days. Everyone's got tough days, man, and we're
Yeah,
all
bro.
winging it in this world.
I know.
I'm not gonna sing the lyric.
But why not?
Can we?
No, I'm
Please
not
do.
doing
He
it.
did it in the car, bro. He was like, "Do you think Ard would?"
What are you talking
Dude, what
about?
do you think we do
Please
about it?
sing
It's
whatever
just,
you need.
it's the words you said. Life is sweet life is sweet if you
like
like to see it that way. What a lyric, brother.
Thank you,
Right.
brother. Thank you. That album was.
You
Oh,
hit
here we
that.
go. Check Theo Cross. You fucking jockey butts. Check. No, that's it. So on that note, so with the story about Julian, so we again a huge shout out again. Thank you to Michael Vaughan, who was kind of just
Oh, Mikey.
one of my bros at the time, just going through this album needs to be submitted for nomination for Sama.
What a boss.
I was like, cool, I've done it. So he did it. He still had to submit it on a DVD, bro. He had to send it by the post to Sama. Sama, up
Shouldn't
your
market
game.
broken, cuz.
Oh, it's Kazi. You just put one website there. These folks will show you how to sort it out, man.
Yeah.
Fucking sort your shit out. So, so he had to submit it on a DVD. Anyway, he did it. And so now I'm driving to a gig. They were like, are you going to come to the Gala Award evening? I'm like, no, why isn't we going to Sun City to be dissed again? Because Ginger got nominated for 5 or 6 in our lives, and we lost every time. No hard
way.
feelings. We lost every time. We got our best album cover once in like 99. I was like, no, I'm not going all the way to Sun City to just to sit and, you know what I mean? I was just
Yeah, I
like,
got you.
here it
Yeah.
is. I've actually got work to do. So I was on my way to a gig. And Julian calls me. That Julian, yeah, our chum. He calls me on the phone. I'm literally about half an hour away from getting on stage at a show. And he goes, oh, mate, how you doing? I go, Kev, hey, Julian. He goes, you're a winner, bro. Oh, gee, you're a winner too. Love you, Julian. Love you, boy. He goes, no, you're a winner. I was like, no, you are a winner, bro. You're a champion. I love you, man. He goes, no, you just won a Sama. I was like, what the fuck? That's how I found out that I won the Sama in 2019. From Julie, bro.
Boss, he's a boss.
Oh my gosh.
Champion. Let's check out.
What an
He's a
incredible
legend.
record.
Jono Monkeys is a bloody legend and key. There we go. And the key to success on the Daily J. That's Jono Monkeys. These folks also came up with an amazing concept during lockdown called Jeff Fitness. And
I think we met.
you will have seen them
met.
everywhere. And they talk about
Yes.
pivoting. They were just moving with the times. And they've now moved on to a concept called the Daily J, which is also amazing.
Yeah, dude.
He's
They're
like so-
legends, yeah,
They
bro. We
are.
had
Yeah,
dinner
I
with
was
them,
about
man.
to say, forgive me if I haven't met, but I remember meeting John.
You
John,
will.
Yeah.
will.
What a great
So,
guy.
You know, talk about Oaks. Just
Dude, they treated us so fantastic dinner. You kidding me?
Yes,
It
Matty.
was awesome, yeah.
Hey, Johnny, where's up, Briggs? I also eat, I'm too much sometimes, but I still chow. But so talking about Oaks who like adapt, bro. You adapt
Yeah.
with the times, and so they did very well. So big shout out to Jono and Daily J. Check them out if you haven't yet, because just these Oaks are so uplifting. Him and Jules, they got a good thing going on. I've been following them.
Yeah, dude, he did that. Forgive me, man, if I don't get the info right, but I swear he did like a workout session for like 24 hours or
Yeah.
something, bro.
Yeah.
At the
The man's a
CTICC, and he
legend.
nearly like
Bro,
collapsed,
Jono,
bro.
please. I hope you're still using Revelation Beats for some of the music, man, for your fitness classes. But we're wishing you all the best.
Yeah, man,
Sending
bless
you love.
Well, now you know where to get your music from, guys. It's revelationbeats.com. Actually, hold on, I got some reverb for that. I want you guys to try and hear. Revelationbeats.com. Oh yeah.
We need to get to the.
Oh, I got. Where? Where's that this thing? I've got one sound effect. Check it.
He's got it, man.
On all of our videos.
There we
Legend.
go. Champion Jono.
Oh,
Thank
what
you.
a boss,
Thank you,
dude.
man.
All right, so guys, we've covered some stuff. You guys have come up with an amazing. I must say, one thing you guys have is incredible work ethic, and by putting 300 songs together in a year, or what you guys have done, also checking out the back end of it with the legal team, and also pivoting when you realize that subs are the way forward,
Yeah.
and also but the body of work that you guys have put out. And you guys just have that connection. That it's a brothers thing, whether you love or hate it, the two of you. There's something that happens when the two, it's the same as when Ginger gets on stage. We just, for some reason, fuck shit up. It just rocks.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It
man.
really does. I have to say that we just came from Indie Boss now, and I'm sorry I've had a couple of beers. I'm slightly just confident, but we killed it. We had such,
Man, I can imagine. Jeez.
we had such fun, and that's what you guys do every time you're together. So whenever
bro.
you guys are hitting the record button and creating all this content, it's a good thing, and don't stop. What I didn't realize is so cool about it is if there's anyone else sitting there with stuff on their drives, hit these boys up. These guys will look after you. Maddie will mix. You've done work with me. You've mastered tracks that have been unbelievable. Gone into big ads and mixed stuff with me. I would use you any time of day.
Thank you, bro.
What a legend.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly.
I got my break from this guy, man. Are you kidding? With Discovery, dude. Calls me up. Yo,
That was
dude.
lockdown, eh?
Yo, you called me up in lockdown. You were like, Maddie, are you
I
ready?
said, hey, Mama, what you doing, lady? Say, where you mastering? And I got one plug in there, Mama.
Check Josh, are you so cute? He's like, oh shit, are you allowed to say plug in an Indian accent?
Yeah.
Yes, you fucking can, man.
I'm not worrying anymore. We're on your podcast. It's not mine.
Yo, dude, like we mixed that track, dude.
Yeah, dude, we rocked it.
Yo, we mixed that. Zolani was on there, bro.
Absolutely.
Yo, and it went on national TV.
That did well.
Check
Yeah,
out,
bro.
check out
Yeah.
Theo Kraus going, I didn't adapt. I'm sitting by myself in the corner. Well done, Theo.
No, I mean, are you kidding? That
The
guy.
legend of all time, bro.
Yo, man.
Love Theo.
Bro, you've literally
I've
like
only heard legendary stories from City
Yeah.
about Theo.
No,
Are
he's
you
a
kidding, man?
fantastic kisser, I must say. I'm just trying to press. I want to see where Josh's limits are, Fred.
Listen, what are the limits on me getting another beer?
You should see him kiss in an Indian accent. It's unbelievable. Get another beer immediately. Put
I'm
your
going
mouth
to.
down.
People are gonna say I'm losing my hair, guys.
Odd. I'm asking you a question here,
Okay, go boy.
but I have to. Can I?
Yeah,
Are you
please.
sure?
Of course.
Okay, and then I'll get a beer. I'll ask the question,
Okay,
then I'll
go.
leave for the
Okay,
beer.
sweet.
Maddie, you
Yes,
got
sir.
this.
Okay.
No, but
Okay, sure.
I wanted to ask you, man. Seriously, what for you is, a difference, and I don't mean like a difference in any sort of way other than experience, for you to play with Jude or with just Ginger?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what specifically is the question? Is there a difference?
No, energetically, what's the difference for you personally?
That's a great question. Let me try and answer quickly before you run for a beer. So Ginger, we've got history and legacy, and we are brothers. We've had so much, 27 years, bro. It's nuts. And then also Jude
That's
and I.
older than him, dude.
Yeah, bro. We've been a band longer than you've been alive.
Now look old, everybody. This is stress.
Yeah, life's been good to you. The weekends have been unkind. So the difference with Jude Kenrick from Easy Freak, my brother, I love him so much. He's helped me so much with
What
my
a
solo
drummer.
stuff that I've done. Insane drummer. Love the kid to pieces. I want to do much more. We will do much more. I'm actually going to play you guys a song that we worked on
Yeah,
in a
please.
second.
brother.
And you'll hear it was tracked right here, bro. Judy, one take maestro on 4 mics because you're going to
Dude,
love it.
he is next to you being my favorite vocalist.
Yeah.
That man on drums.
Yeah, he's insane.
Next level.
Dude, absolutely.
Next level.
Absolutely insane. So the difference is what's cool about it is not often in your life do you find chemistry once. And I've been lucky enough to have it with Ginger, and then Jude and I just rock it. And then also, while I'm on the topic, Nish Pillay, this tabla drummer. Have you seen
Yo,
him?
dude, I follow him on Facebook.
We've
bro.
done a couple of things as well. I'm just like, whoa. But you see, these are my Indian chops now from Durban, Kazi, feeling the flow.
Yeah.
Judy and Nish. And we just
I see.
laugh hysterically from the word. That's another very important thing about flow, by the way, while we're talking about chemistry. Jude and I, yes, and Nish and I, yes, we gel musically, but I promise you at the bottom line of it, it's nothing but laughter from the word go. And that's a criteria. We don't go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, you fucked that up. But we are crying. The fact that we get anything done in between, which we actually never rehearse, but like every time we jam, it's laughter, heart, and realize how lucky we are. Music is a gift.
Yeah.
And when you get to gel with someone,
Yeah,
just
bro.
enjoy it. So I'm very privileged and lucky that I have the Judes and the Nishes and the Gingers of the world to be able to adapt like that.
Yeah.
But there's something that goes on with Jude and I when we get into beast mode. And we got on stage after I was in the Caribbean this whole year at Africa Burn for the first time. I hadn't seen a guitar. I just plugged it
Wow.
in, turned it as loud as I could. I just said, okay, you ready for this? And yeah, again, I've had a couple of beers where we killed it. It was
Did you?
No, man,
Of course you did,
watched
bro.
it.
You
I
can
watched that
say that.
Instagram.
Are you kidding?
Odd when you started playing on the metal pole,
yeah.
and then Jude was playing that epic kind of rhythm. You
No, you
guys
guys
were
off,
off
eh?
accenting,
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you, because I mean, Just Ginger live is phenomenal.
Yeah,
But then I've seen you and Jude live,
yeah.
and also one of my favorite acts to watch, man. That's why I was
Shut.
asking you. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
proper.
I feel
Thank
like
you,
you
bro.
guys pioneered that water on the drums, bro.
That
The
was
Blue Man
that's
Group
Ginger, and that's
stole that, bro.
That's Brent Harris. I must give him credit where credit's due.
and he's an amazing producer, bro, as well.
That's
and
Denim. Brent is
Denim,
the
sorry.
drummer.
Yeah.
Brent, the drummer, he started the water trick on the drums, and they still do it. And that's what led on to Jude and I doing that. Bro, so cool to have been part of pioneering a few things like that, you know, like, and,
Sure.
and we still get to do it these days. Where's our beer, Kazi?
Bro, I was listening to
Hey,
you. dog.
mama, you wanna-
You got
Do you
this.
wanna ching for you guys? And
No,
get
no,
it?
I'm gonna go get it.
Okay, my man, younger brother goes. We don't have to ching this time.
Yeah, bro. It's a bit low tide here, cuz. Watch your head, please, bro.
Hey, bro, don't knock your head there, bro. Shut out.
Yes, Brensky, the Samson family rocks. You too, ARD. That's double. O, please, Brensky. You too, TOO. All right. Thanks.
And
Thanks.
no P in the surname.
Don't be on their surname, please, cuz.
Bro, that's legit, man.
It is.
That's so sick.
What a jewel, cuz. What a jewel. I'm so glad we pulled this off because
Yeah,
it's just random, bro, when we get to hang, but they're always fun.
it is, bro.
Aren't you proud of our new non-mold studio, bro? It's
Bro,
lekker.
I feel amazing to breathe in here. It's amazing. I did do some amazing work here with ARD, and I'm just very sensitive to the things that some
Sure.
people aren't sensitive to.
What do you mean? Oh, right, mold.
Mold,
No, God,
yeah.
if there's
Shot
no one
through.
on this planet who's not sensitive to mold. And
I'm very sensitive to it though, bro. Like we were up. We have this amazing family, dude. So right at the time when Revelation Beats pivoted
yeah,
to subscription based, bro, that's when load shedding was at stage 30, bro.
right.
You know,
Oh,
that's never been at
God.
stage 30, but it was really bad.
No, exactly.
You know, they were
yeah.
like they were destroying us, and I was like, okay, cool. So I've pivoted now. I've paid all this money to go a subscription, and now I can't even mix, I can't even master, I can't even make
Oh,
music,
dude,
bro.
I know.
So this family, the Lockeries, dude, they see me at Woolworths. Not that I was like splashing at Woolworths at the time,
Just
bro.
walking, window shopping.
I was window shopping, bro. But they see me there, bro, and I'm like, apparently I was pale, and I was like, bro, I wasn't sleeping or anything. And I mean, you already know my journey with pharmaceuticals
yeah,
and
well,
stuff
let's talk
like
about
that.
the benzos, bro.
We
That's a
can, bro.
conversation. Yeah.
So I'd love to talk to people about that, man, and
Dude.
finally have the courage to explain to people
Your
what
journey,
Yeah,
please, bro.
but dude, they saw us there and they were like, look, come to our they have a whole lounge. That's where the Samson Brothers rehearse, bro.
Oh, sick.
But not only did they have this huge lounge, bro, that's like Crete walls and thick carpets and thick glass and stuff, but
Yeah.
the whole house is solar powered.
Oh, wow. So no load shedding for you.
So we moved shop there, bro, before January, and we launched our company there, and we did everything there. We got onto Beat Club there, bro,
Amazing.
through Sharon Dusto.
Shot.
Which she's amazing. She's in the States. I would love to show her this podcast.
You
But,
can. It'll be
and I will.
it'll be on YouTube and Facebook forever, bro. That's the cool thing
Amazing.
about live stuff, bro.
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. So we went there, and then unfortunately the place they had like a crack, and it rained a lot, and it got mold, and I got really sick twice, dude. And we got our company got nominated for Startup of the Year, bro. Which
Wow.
we didn't make it to the top 10, but we got
Oh,
out
no,
of
the
300,
nomination's
bro,
good, yeah,
which is
it's
so
sick.
dope. And then we ended up playing at Innovation City, which is where the nominations happen and all that stuff, bro. We actually played that show with like mold sickness. They don't know this, dude. I was
the
like
black-
freezing, dude.
We were so close,
were-
Maddie, me and you.
The
no,
black
So close.
lung.
We're not cancelling kind of guys.
Yeah, we
We're
don't
the
cancel,
kinda
guys.
who'll
We
push
follow
through
through.
anything.
Like,
Yeah.
if you guys have ever
Yeah.
watched that movie Whiplash, bro, our dad was like that on us, but with love
More love here.
Yeah.
and care.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah. So we never cancel. But
No, bro. Me too. I think I cancelled one. I think 2 years ago. It was the first in my 27 years as well. 28 years. I was like, it was during the COVID time. I was like, guys, I am sick.
yeah.
I don't know if I want to take the chance. But it was also the first time I've ever done. I mean, I've been on stage with 41 degree temperatures that I should not have been on.
Holy
Oh my
smokes.
gosh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Sure.
So that's down to work ethic, which is what you guys have done and must continue to do.
The show
Dude,
must,
when
the show must go on.
when I
Yeah.
worked for Disney, bro, I was performing the one night, dude, and I had such like bad coughs and all that stuff that like I was blowing my nose and there was like blood coming out, bro.
Whoa.
And the like boss came up to me and he was like, dude, you look horrific. And I was like, thank you, sir.
So I can't hear. So what did you say? Terrific.
And he's like, you need to get off stage, man. Like you can't. And you know, that day I actually learned that it's a like efficiency and courtesy are super important in our line of work of being musicians and being in the music industry. But show is such a huge part.
Yeah.
And like, if you don't look good, bro, and you're not performing good, you're no good to anyone.
Even by but I mean, showing up is the first criteria of that. 100%. In the first place. That's to the promoter and to the ethic and to the business. But then I understand. Show at the end of the day. There were many times that I should not have been part of the show. But I was there.
It can't be like playing for kids, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you're working on the ship so much, you start putting the red wine in your flask.
Oh yeah, I started doing that, bro.
Oh my
the
god.
things we gotta cope.
Bro, I used to have like a.
Tell me, go. Tell us.
For those of you guys who don't know this, I don't want to be that guy, but I was myself and this girl that I was working with, Chloe. We were the first South African musicians to work for Disney Cruise Lines, and since then, like one of my composers, Muzi, who's on Revelation Beats now, he works for Disney.
Sweet.
And he can, he has all his gear now and he can compose and all that stuff. But yeah, man, it got to a point where you're playing like 4 sets a day, 6 nights a week. And you're playing for 4,500 people. You play for Michael Bublé, you play for the All Saints. John Mayer comes on board. Disney stars come on board. There's 6 musicians to entertain 4,500 people, bro.
Wow.
It's not like a cruise ship like MSC or Norwegian or whatever, bro. This is high class.
No, it's proper.
Like proper stuff. Like,
and you did it for how long?
And I did it for 6 years, bro.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you,
That's
just going serious now, not joking.
We're gonna talk about alcohol and that.
Maddie working on those ships for 6 years, like this guy as my older brother and somebody who's believed in my talent since I was 16. He flew me up there, took care of me. My brother built that studio in LA with an investor. He made everything in his power to make sure that me and him can live the dream that we wanted to live, which was creating music together, performing music together, and he stuck to his promise since I was a kid, and I must thank this legend for that.
Thank you, brother.
While we
I
have
love
people
you,
listening,
man.
like
It's
so
bro,
important.
brothers.
You cried there, bro. You're kidding, man.
That's Kev, but good. But that's what it is. So well done.
It's real, man. This isn't.
What's the age gap? Like 10 years, eh?
No, 5 years.
5 years.
5.5.
Five.
Yeah.
Maddie looks young. God blessed him with the young skin. Maddie's 32 now. I'm 26.
32, 26.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay, so speaking of, let's have a quick departure quickly. Maddie, let's talk about benzos, bro.
Benzos,
Let me preface it quickly. So we had a cool little chat, a little heart to heart. The beautiful thing about this platform is that no one cares. It's our life, bro. If you don't dig it,
it's real, man.
Please unfollow and go and cancel whatever you want. But this is Oaks talking and being real. There's nothing put on about this, as you well know. There's no prep involved. What there is real life tales of people at any level of their path in music and life, just being real with each other, which is what I believe we've always been, and bros.
Sure.
So as you know, the story with Jordan Peterson, benzos are a thing. I'm currently, just to share, because I have nothing to hide, I've been on sleeping pills since the journey of the Impossible Machine to the Caribbean. I'm currently on a tiny little half at the moment, so I'm good. I feel like I'm going to be able to move off that soon. But shit happens. Oaks are on bills. People are on benzos, and they are so super addictive. It leads to a whole tangent about where we could go with that. The story is that that I do remember me having access to a product that had was called Prozen. A friend of mine's father owns the medical company, and the main ingredient in it is L-theanine. It's a natural product. It was helping me at the time. It's a really good stress reliever. It really is. But
L-theanine's amazing.
It's super natural. L-theanine is no new magic bullet. It's tried and tested and is known about. That said, when you are deep down the benzo hole, L-theanine wouldn't make you blink. So I'd be interested to hear your story, because I remember that time I was going, bro, this is what I'm like. Prozen is out there. I think it's very powerful and amazing. So where you at the moment? Go for it.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, when you bought me that box of Prozen, like I was just coming off of 300 pharmaceuticals a month.
What? What do you mean? 300 pills?
So I'll give you
true story.
Yeah, dude.
True
This
story.
is a true story for whoever's listening here, man.
Anything else.
Please listen, because this can save your kids.
This can save your kids, man.
Really give you insight on somebody.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. If that's cool with you guys.
You must only be honest.
Can I make a rollie for this one?
Please go for it, boy. I thought you never
asked. I
mean,
he was there, bro. Like through everything. So my biggest issue my whole life has been insomnia.
Yes, me too.
The legit lack of I can't sleep, man.
Yeah,
but
of
I can
course.
sleep now, which is
But it
great.
affects everyone, so this is important. Go for it.
Yeah. So, by the time I was 17, it got really bad. And with lack of sleep, your chemicals start to juggle in the wrong way.
Absolutely.
And I went to a doctor and I was like, I'm feeling really depressed. I'm feeling really, really down. And so he put me on some pills. And what you guys don't realize is that if you take those pills for enough time, your body builds up a tolerance to it.
Yeah.
Then you have to start taking more.
Yeah.
And then side effects occur.
Yeah.
And then I had to take more pills.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about SSRIs and neuroinhibitors.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I wasn't on 300 pharmaceuticals of recreation, guys. I was on 300 pharmaceuticals of antidepressants, anti-anxieties.
Prescribed to you.
Prescribed stuff that people like, how do you feel in the day? You feel down and you feel up. Cool. I'm going to prescribe you Dopaquil. I'm going to prescribe you Seroquel. I'm going to prescribe you Oluin and Solian and all these different things. Man. Dude, and like at the same time, you're a guinea pig for these people, bro. Like they don't realize that you're taking Schedule 6 drugs the same level as heroin and you're just messing with your body.
Yeah.
So those times when you guys had Jagger Lounge and that, bro, I don't remember those shows because I was on 5 tranquilizers plus, bro.
Yeah, I just have to say,
and I was sober, dude.
Jagger Lounge. So we used to play First Thursdays every week. Is it cool if I have this in here?
No, of course.
Thank you. Please. I'll let you carry on because this is a real journey and this is no joke. I used to have to sit. So the man you see here in front of this podcast is not the same guy 3 years, 4 years back.
Yeah.
We used to play sold out shows at Jagger Lounge every first Thursday. Packed out, amazing people, amazing surfing community. It was a great vibe. Matty used to have to sit in the back room. He wouldn't be able to see anybody.
Wow.
Before the show.
Anxiety is real.
Bro, his anxiety was so bad. He wouldn't, he would sit. I'm just being honest. I'll keep this quick.
No, you don't have to.
Sit there and shake. All right. There were moments where, because he's such a trooper, had trained to be on Disney, said he had groomed us. His whole life has always been perform. To that point where somebody is so isolated in taking pharmaceuticals, they kind of drown out in their own mind. And he was sitting there, he didn't recognize a lot of the people who he's met.
Sure.
He would have to sit there and do breathing patterns to calm himself down. And this is real. And what would happen was we would get up on stage and Matty would just literally have to, for those of you who universe believers, doesn't matter, we believers in God, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It was so important for us to hug each other and be in that moment, because true as anything, when you're on those things, somebody can lose their mind so quickly.
Yeah.
And watching someone lose their mind while they're still present in this reality is such a scary thing to witness, especially someone who's a performer.
And also your brother.
And my brother.
Yeah.
So I would have to stress about him remembering the chords.
Yeah.
Remembering the songs, remembering this.
Yeah, dude, because I went through, thank you to my brother, man. Like he's told me, I don't remember a lot of these things, but him and my parents, and they've told me, and he's got like recordings on his phone, voice, like, man, like I forgot how to play guitar. I forgot my parents' names.
Sure.
My brother had to like hold my hand on the beach to go into the water.
Jeez.
Like, can you imagine me not been like knowing how to play guitar, bro?
Right.
That's so my
nuts.
whole life, dude.
That's so nuts.
And
so where are you now? So I understand how dark it got, and I also just want to interrupt the fact that this is prescribed and it's fine, and any of our recreational stuff is frowned upon, such as psilocybin, which is the most healing thing on the planet, all these other plant medicines, which is a whole nother podcast, but needs to be known. You got legally prescribed all these things that actually put you into such a loophole that you didn't remember your name and and so I'm going to say this is a common occurrence. So I know yours is just our version of that experience, but it's happening to freaking everyone,
dude,
buddy.
there's so
many youngsters.
To everyone. So what was your catalyst, and what is your current journey towards reducing and hopefully getting off it in time?
All right, so 3 years ago, I started seeing a person named Izzy. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He helped me to create neurological connections to past traumas in my life. Everyone has traumas, guys. We all have traumas.
We're born from that.
And they manifest into specific habitual characteristic traits that you have, whether you believe it or whether you don't. There's things that you do that are great, and there's things that you do that we can always learn.
It's all born out of trauma.
Right?
All born.
And here's the thing, man. When you have the courage to go and speak to someone, especially someone like this person that I spoke to, man, understands the struggle of the pharmaceutical plague because he's lived through it and overcome it. So look, man, you know my beliefs and all that stuff and that, but
and accept them entirely.
Thank you, bro. But the thing is, bro, like this guy saw my mom and asked just how was Samson Brothers band, because he listened to us on iTunes or whatever. He just asked him, and my mom that day had written down a list because I had to go and stay with my parents because I thought I was gonna go to Falkenberg, bro. No jokes. And they were like, they'd written down a list of all the medication that I was on, and she actually saw him in a grocery store and she gave it to him, and he said, okay, cool, I'll see him, but he has to come off all the stuff.
Yeah.
So I cold turkeyed everything except for the benzos, because you cannot cold turkey benzos.
This is the thing, bro.
Because you will.
This is the thing.
Be here.
I know. Dude,
and
but
people don't know that,
what a
like,
massive conversation, even in that statement.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize how devastating benzos are.
And I'm not even talking like Xanax and Valium, bro. I'm talking like benzodiazepine, bro. Lorazepam, dude. This is the same stuff like Jordan Peterson was on. That guy had to go in he had to go into an 8-day induced coma in Russia.
Sweet God.
And he had 2 years of withdrawals after that, bro.
Jesus, bro.
And now I'm 1 week coming off from 2 to nothing. So it's taken me 3. Thank you, brother. It's taken me 3 years, guys, to come from 5 to 2.
Wow.
Because you have to do it slowly.
Of course.
And especially, with Seti, bro, with the seizures. You're prone to seizures with the stuff. So I don't know what's dormant in me or whatever. I don't want to play around with that, dude. So I'd rather, make it over a long time. So
the cool thing is that you found someone to talk to, first of all. He had a criteria as to why you can talk to him, which meant coming off it as best as possible. So that's another motivation. I think what's important as well is that you're fortunate to have found this guy, and shout out to him. What's his name again?
His name is Izzy.
Izzy, beautiful. Yeah. The thing is, they are available. They are around on this planet. So go and speak to someone. But she's like, I mean, the only reason we can talk so frankly is that we've all been affected by it. Me currently, I'm still on a little half asleep pill at night. You still on your transition. But man, if only people realize that it's affecting everyone.
It's affecting, man, and not only that, you mentioned something earlier, you can get it so easy.
Bro, it's suggested for you. It's prescribed legally.
Dude, and that's
the thing. It should be illegal.
You should only be taking this stuff, like, you shouldn't be taking it. But you like, it says on the, if you, like, no one ever opens the pamphlet.
Correct.
It says 10 days.
Oh my God!
No more than 10 days.
And you're going on it for months,
and
years on end.
And I wasn't taking this stuff to sleep, guys. I was taking this stuff to
just
function.
To cope,
And the funniest thing is, I never had depression and anxiety and those things. They were causes of it. Copious amounts of pills and chemical reactions, dude.
Jeez.
Had I had gone and spoke to someone when I was 16, 17, and really just dealt with those things, I think things would have been different.
Yeah.
But what an amazing preparation for me, dude, because I've been able to, like, in the background, a lot of people who know my story, they've put me in touch with their kids who are on pharmaceuticals, and I've been able to help them, or people who are in their 50s or their 40s or whatever who are on it, and I can explain to them, this is possible, bro. Yeah. It's possible for you to get off this stuff. It's possible for you to not be on SSRIs. It's possible for you to not be on neuroinhibitors. If you were diagnosed, like I was, dude, I've been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, bipolar, schizophrenia. I've been, dude, I don't have that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
not at all.
But it would have been onset from what was legally prescribed to you. I mean, come on, that's a crime in itself. It's a crime.
And some people really do suffer from that stuff, bro. But I was a product of
misdiagnosis is what it was.
Exactly, dude.
Exactly what that is.
So I'm trying to keep this as light-hearted and not
as
detailed as possible.
No need, bro.
No, but you said, Matty, you said, and Odd said, there's no disrespect. Someone who has any of these, diagnosis of you know, bipolar or schizophrenia, you know, bless you, and people like us who make music, who create art, we thinking of you because
always,
we
man.
all know as artists how low you can go.
Yeah.
That's why you write. I'm sure just from listening to your music on low days,
Yeah.
I'm sure you write that stuff.
I mean, as artists, the highs are
thought.
high and the lows are super low, man. And
That's it.
insomnia is one of the things, and that's a catalyst that starts you into seeking help. That's kind of what I've been on this whole year. I'm fortunate that I'd like to think that it's also down, but it's a thing. I've never been on sleeping pills my whole life, and here I am, 48, on a half a pill a night, just to make sure that you know, that loud mind of mine shuts down at some
Yeah.
stage. So I believe we're all afflicted by it. I believe it was very exacerbated by COVID for sure, and we're still recoiling in many ways from that period. But I think we are here collectively to tell you, and not to try and keep it light, to keep it as heavy as possible, is that there is a way out.
Yeah.
And you know, I often think for me, a recurring theme is never think you're alone. So you may feel like yours is extreme. It's not. I promise you'll meet a random oak like that. You'll be like, oh my God, I'm actually doing fine. And that's something that people must realize.
There's always a level that could be worse.
As low as you think you are, there are
there's
people struggling more, and you'll be surprised. It's the majority of people. It really is. But that said as well, it's also comforting for all the majority of people to realize that you are also not alone. And there are ways and means to get out of it, from talking to people, from all sorts of different ways of dealing with that kind of trauma, which is what you said from the word go. This is a new age trauma, never mind what we were brought up with, the amount of traumas we were brought up with childhood. This is a current trauma. COVID was a massive trauma. Dealing with shit that's going on now, AI, wars in Russia, nuclear, it's a trauma. We are constantly traumatized. So there's nothing wrong with you feeling the need for some kind of help and release. What is important is to realize that you're first of all not alone, and to just seek help somehow, somewhere, and mainly forgiving yourself and just allowing yourself to be okay with it. Because I think so many people go like, oh, I'm such a freak, eh? Oh my God, I've nearly got schizophrenia.
And you're not. You're not.
You're a
You're
product. You're a
human.
product
You're
of this
human.
traumatic environment, which is what we're at.
Well, that's the thing. Like and bro, like I've spent the last 10 years studying human psychology and patterns and neurological connections, and I'm no Jordan Peterson or anything like that
yeah.
at all.
Yeah, but Maddie,
But
you've
the-
spent a lot of time researching and studying
I
it.
really have, man. And the most interesting thing is that our EQ hasn't evolved to the same degree as our IQ or the technology that we have.
Yeah.
So if you go to or if you circle back to the iron ore age,
Yeah.
and you can probably go and Google this now.
Yeah.
But the thing is the amount of decisions you make in one day now
No, it's mental.
is the amount of decisions you would make in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Back then, bro. So you know that.
I know
Because if
very
you
well.
think about it, like people watching right now, if you think about it, like you wake up in the morning, you look at your phone, you've got spam emails, you've got your normal emails, you've
Yeah.
got work to think about, you've got your kids, or you've got this or that or that. And that's just before you brush your teeth. That's before you get into the shower.
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got to deal, and think about your subconscious, you've got to deal with all the people you're around.
Yeah.
What they think of you, what you think of them. Now you've got all the social media, and you're constantly putting up your own facade that you post on against their facade, and you're wondering. There's so many levels to this stuff.
It's nuts.
That's
bro.
ridiculous. But I mean, for me, bro, like just flat out, like when I got baptized, bro, because we're Jewish, dude. We come from. I have a bar mitzvah. Like my family calls me every.
We could read
my,
Hebrew.
my family calls me
No way.
every year and goes,
Mishpuchas.
yeah,
Mishpuchas.
dude. I've cousins in Israel, dude, who call me and go, "Are you still involved with this Jesus stuff?"
Shout
bro,
out to them.
like-
God bless them.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus bless.
But bro, like when that happened to me, bro, I literally felt like no more. Like can't touch you anymore. And I think the thing is, I finally found something that makes me feel worthy, bro. Because that's what sparked this is the story for me to tell you now. Is you said you got to know that you're worthy.
Yeah.
And all of us have different paths of getting there, bro.
Yeah, of course.
But that was my spark to go. I'm worthy, bro. And there's something higher than me that is there with me.
Yeah.
And every time now, bro, like last week, dude, I've been coming off this stuff now for a week, bro. You can't think that there's nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
something's gonna happen, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go a little bit like you're gonna be
tweaky.
sitting with your girlfriend,
Yeah.
and
Having
you're
a
gonna,
moment.
you're gonna twitch out a bit, bro. Like
yeah.
it happens, bro. It's what it
Yeah.
is. But like I'm determined, dude. I always want to lead by example, and I always love taking the biggest challenge, bro.
Yeah.
I always love taking the best risk. We're the first to market with Revelation Beats here.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that I've done that are first, bro. Just because I don't know what it is. I just want to do that.
It's the creative brain in you, which also is very susceptible to your conditions, like being such as insomnia. So again, that's part and parcel of the extremely creative mind, which again, forgive yourself for immediately. It's fine,
dude. It's so funny because you're talking about sleeping pills.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't wait for tonight because now I take 1.5 drinks, but I get to take a sleeping pill.
Oh wow.
So I know that I'm going to sleep really well tonight.
Oh wow.
And I've got now 3 or 4 days of like not sleeping that well, but I'll be stoked.
Wow.
Because I've spent so many years not sleeping that
Jeez,
it's like when I get like a good rest, it like gives me like a boost of 3 or 4 days, bro.
Cool. So are you on a actual schedule of cutting it down, or are you just winging it?
No, I'm on a schedule,
Okay,
dude.
cool. And who proposed that to you?
So funny enough, Vaughn from the pharmacy at Wheelers.
Shout out, great
Dude,
pharmacy.
he's
Love Wheelers.
amazing.
Yeah.
Because I went to him
routine.
and I was like, because I've been wanting to do this for so long, dude, and it takes, because it's like, you know, you come from 5 to 2 a night,
Yeah.
and you know, it's like that's difficult, but it's not that difficult.
Yeah.
But now when you want to come from 2 to 1, and then we want to go from 1 to nothing,
Yeah. It becomes
that's where-
incremental. It's exponential.
Yeah.
It becomes a little bit harder the closer you get to the finishing line.
Exactly. So I had read some you know, documents and forums about people like shaving off percentages.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you're on 2, maybe that second pull you shave off 10% and you get it like microgram weight.
Sure. Yeah.
But the problem with that is, and what I've discovered now, is that you're constantly depriving your body of something that it's highly addicted to.
Right.
And now if you look at the studies from this year, benzodiazepine and lorazepam is the second most addictive substance on planet Earth.
Jeez.
So it's more addictive than crack. It's like your body is so dependent on it. So the schedule that I'm on right now is like, so last week Monday was 2, then Tuesday was 1.5.
Yeah.
Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was 2, then Saturday was 1.5. So
Right.
for these next 6 weeks, I'm going to start getting my body used to coming, like depriving it a little bit.
Low dosages,
So last week, and I'm proud of this, bro. You got to count your wins, people.
Bro,
You
you
should be,
must.
bro.
If you
You
wake,
should
if you're depressed and you've got anxiety and that, if you wake up and you get out of bed, that's a win.
Exactly.
You go and you
Little
play your
small
guitar,
victories.
bro. That's your win. If you go to work and you don't like your job or whatever, that's a win, dude. Count your wins every single day. Do that. I took 1 whole less tranquilizer last week.
Dude, that's a win.
It's a win.
It's a
And this
massive
week
win.
I will take 1 less, and
Here we
next week
go.
I'll take 1.5 less, and
Here
the
we go.
following week 1.5
Right.
less. And
Well done.
the last 2 weeks I'll take 2 less.
Well done, bro.
And then I'm going back to Vaughan for the next 6-week schedule. But this is a whole year journey, because he said to me, coming from 2 to 1 is going to be easy in comparison from coming from 1
To none.
to nothing, because
Yeah.
that's when it's going to
Well, I mean, what an
Yeah.
amazing journey. Also, this is also coming from a professional form, so it's not.
get. Yeah.
You know, regardless of where it comes from, you got to obviously experiment and see what works for yourself.
Yeah.
I think the point of this whole mission is: can you believe how easily we've been suckered into these things that were prescribed to us, fucking legally? So,
It's wild.
It's wild, bro. This should. I mean, this is a whole other podcast. I'm so glad. I don't care that we've diverted from music, because this is actually part of our bro catch
This
up.
is fantastic because,
Dude.
like you said, like there's people every day, all ages.
Exactly.
And go we. You know, watch the bottle.
Yeah.
But speaking about Maddie's journey, and not to go too much into it, but just for anybody listening, I mean, there's a lady, Michelle, here, and she said, you must read my cousin's book. Sorry, excuse my eyes.
Polydrugged into Insanity by Craig Daughtry.
It's amazing. And you know, I will definitely check out your cousin's book, sorry.
Yeah.
Would love to check it out, because just for me, I'm 26 now, I've got so many friends who have crash cars. have been in low spaces of mental.
Yeah,
You know, not being able to forgive themselves for things, not being able to progress because now they have succumbed to a pharmaceutical way. They are dependent on these
Right.
pharmaceutical products. And what I have to say is just from my young, humble opinion, is that we're all human.
Yeah.
We're all winging it.
Bro,
We're winging it.
at all stages of life, I don't care how good you look on social media, we are shitting ourselves.
We're winging it. And one thing I must say is that for me personally, from somebody who's never taken pharmaceuticals, I've tried them.
Yeah.
I did it for like a week, man.
Mm.
I was like, fuck this.
Well done.
Not for me.
Well done.
You know, I smoke a bit of Blaze here and there, some CBD, this and that. I don't
Yeah.
even drink much.
Yeah.
I just literally make music, beats in my spare time.
Yeah.
I focus on my craft. But what I can say is for those of you who are struggling with mental,
Health.
things, mental health,
Yeah.
for people who are struggling with self-confidence or whatever it is, try martial arts.
Bro.
Try
Great departure.
martial arts.
Great. Not a departure. We'll stay on it.
Yeah.
So I am obviously a Joe Rogan fan. I don't care if you
Love Joe Rogan.
if you judge me or not. I don't care.
Love Joe
This whole freeform concept is inspired by him.
It's incredible.
Because
Yeah.
who cares about the time limits? They don't have to do anything quickly. We talk about life as it is. So on that point, I mean, I never thought about martial arts. I'm not really much of a fitness activity based person in the first place. I've done a bit of water sports, some supping and some downwind kiting and things
That's
like that.
dope. Yeah.
Dig it. But I did jiu-jitsu last year while I was actually still working on the boat. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I've become a UFC fan. I'm the peace love Oak. I love UFC. It's such a discipline. I love seeing. I mean, obviously, it's it's consensual, so they get into the ring and beat the shit out of each other up to their own accord. But there are disciplines involved. So on your point, martial arts, I can only imagine. I really love the few classes that I did, and I'm definitely 100% getting back into it. So jiu-jitsu is one practice alone.
That's incredible.
It's a good one, eh?
Absolutely.
Have you got anything in Hot Bay yet?
So, to give a shout out again,
Yeah.
there's an amazing guy named Bruno Makulu the Major.
Okay.
So I've been boxing at
Great
his
name. Jeez, I need that. I mean, I would have been
Bruno's
so
a guy
famous
legit,
if I had
man.
that on stage, man.
guys. He's an amazing coach. He's very inspiring. He was in the EFC,
Right.
if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, for quite a while, for many years. And you can go check out some of his fights. He's wicked, man.
Yeah.
But what I can say is going back to the mental health thing and martial arts. Why I
yes.
mentioned it
Yeah.
is when Matty was coming off his pills.
Dude, I was about to mention that, bro.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I'm not. For those of you listening, I'm not a mixed martial artist by any means or anything like that. But I've been boxing for so long,
Yes.
since I was like 15, right? So it's about 10 years I've been boxing on and off, and I've learned a couple of things. And what I did learn was I started picking up pads. So you've seen pads.
Yeah.
People hold pads for athletes, right?
Mm.
For when you're punching. Okay. What I can say is that pads were one of the reasons, honest to God, that helped Matty come off his pills.
Wow.
So I started doing pads
Beautiful.
for my brother
Beautiful.
to help him come off these things, because I realized when you're boxing and
Yeah.
you're doing your combinations, right?
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
start
yeah.
doing that stuff,
Yeah.
it's not only brain gym. It allows you to
Right.
focus at cognitive patterns,
Yes.
how to slip,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
to move,
yeah,
how
yeah.
to jab, how to cross.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what it does is it distracts your minds and puts you in the present moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and for those of you who are struggling with your mind, I really implore you, anything, man. If you, like I said, if you're struggling with self-doubt, self-confident issues,
Yeah.
you have depression, whatever it is, please look at boxing,
I agree.
because boxing is a phenomenal way to not only increase your endorphins and your serotonin, it makes you fully present,
Yeah.
and it allows you to feel like you can beat your own mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Dude, exercise is huge. Dude, I cycled up to Cave today before I came
Sick. Okay, cool.
here. I exercise every day, bro.
I hiked today, which is
Yeah,
the first
there
I've
you
done in
So-
quite a while.
So Odd, the reason why
I
I'm
love it.
but
mentioning
you
it,
have to do it, man.
I want
Yeah.
Odd, please, man. Let's do pads together.
Bro, we have been
I'm no
threatening it.
professional,
I haven't. No, bro, I'm not
Yeah.
looking for professional. It's the action, and it's the intent, which is as important. So I definitely will. I've not kind of been here for a while. I've been kind of getting a boat across the ocean, but I am back and I want to do that. And also, bro, how has this winter been? What's going on with June in the winter? Yeah,
Perfect time to get strong.
Yeah.
Perfect time to get strong.
winter pads. Summer pads are made in winter, right? Yes. No, I definitely will though.
Yeah, man.
So
I appreciate what Carrie said there.
yeah, I've already given her a shout out. I put it on the broadcast. She's amazing. So Carrie, by the way, I will just give a shout out to her. She was the one posting all the when I could get data off the boat, data, man. When I could get it off the boat, Kerry was handling. She was an administrator on the Facebook page and just somehow compiling whatever data was coming off the boat and putting it into posts. And so she's the reason people were able to stay in touch with what was going on. So if you want to ever follow what happened on the journey, go to follow Tim SV Facebook page, and you can read all the stories of what happened, and that is due to Kerry. So thank you.
Nice one, Kerry.
So very, very much, and she's a moderator, and I hope you can you get rid of the sexy extreme follow me post, because that's spam. And unless it's your dad opening an account somewhere, bro.
No,
Seti, get off, bro. I can see your pseudonyms a mile away, bro.
Dude, and Seti's 70th is this year, man.
70. Where is it? August
Dude, it's
sometime.
22nd.
20th of August.
Where are we doing it?
22nd. Deus.
Okay.
Free show.
22nd August. I'll try and be there, bro.
No, 20th of August, the show.
20th
22nd is birthday. 70th.
Bro, is the show on the 20th?
The show's on the 20th.
Are you kidding?
It's not on his birthday, Matty. We coming back from a trip, remember? we driving up to this place, and then we arriving on that day.
I think all my dates.
Anyways.
Wrong, bro. No, it's all good. Thank you, bro.
Okay, I'll definitely try and be there for that. So Seti, what a legend. Love that boy tremendously.
But I mean, just to circle back, bro,
Yeah.
on just to complete that thing. Josh really helped me with boxing and pads.
Yeah,
And it's something that we still do here and there.
you must.
And push-ups
Yeah.
for men especially are really good.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
yeah. We've got
Start
the
slow,
upper
finish
strength.
strong.
Yo,
Like-
Matty, it's like you said, it's not even a fitness thing, bro.
It's just
It's a mind thing.
It's
It's
a
all a mind
It's a
thing.
mind
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
makes
yeah.
you feel like you're in control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what people want
You
to
gotta
feel.
tame this. You gotta tame that, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta know, and like starting Revelation Beats, starting a company, man. Like going on a pirate
That's
ship, bro,
It's a
across the
little bit more
world.
nuts, but yeah.
Yeah,
A lot more, bro.
but you have to have
Thank you.
you have to have an element of like laughter.
Oh yeah.
There has
I
to be
know.
an element of seriousness, but with the element of seriousness you have to have that balance.
No,
man,
exactly.
Of winging it and preparedness, bro.
Well, yeah, I was
Right.
as prepared as I could be, but my goodness, you never know. You never know when you're in that Atlantic Ocean. Oh my God.
Man, I
Dude,
can't
so we
imagine.
talking about ourselves a lot, bro. Tell us
No,
about
no.
the
We're
Atlantic
not
Ocean,
talking about
man.
yourselves. We're talking about life, and this
talking
affects
about life,
everyone. It's got nothing to do with the three of us in this room. It's got to do with everyone. So it's a most important topic. What's so interesting is that we could have a podcast in itself with the amount of topics we've covered, from plant medicine to Judaism to Christianity to faith to exercise to mental health. I mean, this is a wealth of podcasts we could have over weeks and months. So it's not about me or you. This is very relevant, and I love how we just naturally gravitated from. I'm so proud of what you guys are doing. Love you guys as musos. We appreciate each other. Music is one thing. Lekker, kif. We have a massive pandemic that everyone is struggling with at the moment. It's called mental health.
Yeah.
And if we obsess on it, I don't think we can ever spend enough time covering these topics. So your guys' example alone is cool because you're dear to me, you're dear to everyone who's ever met you. So it's important so people feel a connection with it. It's not just some oaks talking about their battle. This is a real current battle going
bro.
on. And again, I always will go back to the point of you're not alone. It's happening to freaking everyone.
You're so right.
Bro, I think that I'm gonna claim it because I think it's a very big thing. Not everyone's like, oh my God, I'm such a weirdo. It's happening to me. I'm
But
taking
you're
5
not,
tranks.
though. You're not. Yeah.
Maddie's here to tell you that 5 tranks is what he does to wake up.
Not the best example.
He has a 5 trank smoothie in the morning just to get go for it.
I used to, bro.
No, man, I'm obviously
no.
I'm obviously joking, but it's also
But it's true, bro.
When anyone
Like, it's
anyone
not-
feels weird,
It's not.
you just look at your neighbor, look at your chums, and we're all dying. We're all dying a death in whatever level of success we perceive it to be, financial, career-wise. Everyone is, as you said earlier, and it's a great point because I actually had a chat with my friend Will Miller from Two Oceans Vibe. .com. It's .co.za, whatever. I read the news all the time. I love Will. And we had a kif lunch, and he's got a beautiful family, so many business ventures that are highly successful. And at one stage at the lunch, we were just like, do you think everyone else realizes how everyone is completely winged? We don't have a fucking clue what's going on. And you think as parents, as business people, Kev, I've done well. I've got my I've got my investments, I've got my house, I've got my wine cellar, I've got my family. I go, you're shitting your pants right now. Like no one has got shit figured out. And the first person to tell you that we can have a little luck internally, but we must embrace the poor people, or not poor people. It's just, I think it's also quite liberating when you realize that we're all winging it and we actually don't have a clue.
Yeah,
how cute is that?
It is.
Takes
dude,
all the
it makes
pressure
it
off.
so
My brother
easy.
does that. My brother does that.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you guys, starting a business, being musicians, trying to write songs often, doing this stuff, you get to a point. And odd, we not on your level, for example, But I will say, like, Maddie's been trained by some of the best in the world, man. Gavin Lurson, he masters Game of Thrones. He's done for roles.
Hans Zimmer stuff.
Hans Zimmer stuff. He sat in Ira Yuspa studio. Why I'm saying this is because there are so many talented people out there, so much incredible ability, and they might never get to the goals that they wanted to do. But my message on this podcast, from my humble young opinion, is to say we all winging it.
Yeah.
And he used to tell me that months ago, years ago. I mean, Maddie always used to say, brother, don't worry, we winging it.
Don't put so much pressure on yourself,
Don't
bro.
put so
We're
much
all
pressure on
winging it,
yourself.
bro.
There's so much freedom in that, whether it comes from your brother or it comes from me, even just reminding you, or from someone reminding me. There's so much freedom in that. The chat I had with Will, just go, oh, okay, cool. So it doesn't feel like we don't have shit figured out. No one has shit figured out. No one. I don't care who you are. You could be a president. You could be the owner of the biggest
Elon
company.
Musk.
You're shitting yourself. I love Elon. But he's crapping himself. Why do you think he wants to go to Mars? Do you know what I mean? He's literally shitting his pants.
man.
Joe Rogan's crapping himself. Why do you think he's on his post? He's over 2,000 podcasts. He's like, do you know what I mean? Hear me. I mean, he's super successful, everything. But at the back of everyone's mind, no one's got shit figured out.
I think it's beautiful to surrender to.
But it's wonderful.
the surrender is amazing.
There's a place
bro.
of serenity that comes when you know that. You go, okay, cool, I'm not a weirdo. Everyone is panicking around me. First of all, I'll tell you the cool things that come with that is you can't be offended.
Nah.
You can't be offended anymore. Think about that gift. And this goes to our cancel culture and our work culture we must off. Is that shut up, everyone. You haven't got stuff. Never mind how I address you or how you identify or what you think you figured out in your life. Yeah. We are all freaking winging it. Just relax. Just take a chill pill
and give love.
And give love and
give
kindness,
love, bro.
Guys,
That's
yes, that's my
Give
mission.
love. Oh,
you know
you always say that.
You know.
Every time.
Kill them with kindness, buddy.
Every time we've spent time with Odd, always give love.
Yeah, always.
Maddie,
You always
give
say
love.
that, dude, yeah.
I also want to give love, and I have to say, we
You always
worked
say that,
worked
bro.
with a guy many years ago named Mick Evans, a legend of a human being. But he said something that was a bit negative, and it always struck me. He said, from the moment you're born till you die, you suffer.
Of course.
Okay.
Trauma, yeah.
And I was trying to understand that again, being in my 20s. And what I realized, chatting to Carl, by the way, he sends his love, Kylie, our brother.
Thank you. Oh,
Yeah,
love
the
Carl.
big,
man,
the Samson
he's such
Brothers.
a-
Love my boy Carl.
Kylie is one of the
I
reasons
bumped
why,
into him the other day. I love him.
you know,
such a
we
legend.
spread our wings and do what we do.
He's a
But
champ.
I have to say to anyone again listening is that this guy said to me, from the minute you're born, you know, until you die, you're suffering.
Yeah.
And just a small example, and I won't go on this long.
No time.
Take your body, for example. If you train,
Yeah.
you're suffering.
Yeah.
You need to put your body under strain. You need
Yeah.
to tear the muscle fibers for them to grow.
Correct.
You need to put your heart under strain in order to get fitter, to get your, you know, cardiovascular levels up.
Yeah.
But if you decide not to exercise,
Yeah.
you're still suffering.
Yeah.
Because
Either way, it's suffer.
Either
Yeah,
way.
It's just how much
and
you want to.
you've got to choose which one.
That was
Yeah, piss
serious.
again.
You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
amazing.
You look like you're gesturing to go pee again. How's
No,
your bladder
I
going?
was blown away by my brother,
It's
man.
very true.
He blows me
Joshy.
away, man.
No, I
But
was just
it's
saying. I was just
often-
saying. Anything.
Listen, again, realizing these things, that life is, first of all, we are all a product of our trauma. This is very true. That the reason that you even had insomniac thoughts in the beginning was from childhood trauma, and
Yes.
this exists.
And I know
with
what they
everyone.
are, man. Which is great.
Whether
no.
you do or not, and it's great if you figure out we're all a product of our childhood trauma and ongoing trauma in this freaking current crazy world.
Yes.
So these are all these things. Once you realize that life is suffering, bro, we must be
make
kind,
peace, eh?
kind, and forgive yourself. Just be chilled. Like you can't have road rage. You can't be offended. You can't be. You just go, shit. Everyone's journey is potentially way wilder than mine. No, not even potentially. Almost guaranteed. If you just look down the road and you go, oh my God, how lucky are we to be doing this
How
here
lucky, yeah.
with electricity, bros and stuff. You don't have to. You can throw a stone to someone who's going, life is like tripping them out. See, like you like a next level, you know.
Odd, you Bro, and this is why we love seeing you.
Mm.
Is because you've got that positive attitude. You're the kind of human being that allows people like us as younger artists to carry on doing what they do. And an example is like a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention his name right now, but he doesn't live in the best situation. He lost his brother a year and a half ago. He literally lives on his own, but he's inspired by the love of life, being able to know that no matter what suffering he goes through, is that in itself is motivation for him to keep going on. Because the only time you fail is when you stop.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you don't
dude.
get out of bed,
Yeah.
if you don't give whatever family you have or whatever friends you have, if you're not giving them love, if you're not giving yourself love, if you're not getting out of bed every day going, I'm ready for the day, even if you don't do your best, that's a win.
Yeah.
Don't allow yourself to get into a failure space
Yeah.
by not even trying.
Or a victim mentality as well
Yeah,
is another
absolutely.
very
Yeah.
important thing. I just want to do a quick segue because I always forget to do this, and anyone who has a broadcast does it from the word go. So for those of you who have listened long enough, or for those of you who ever hear it up until this point, can I please ask you, I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel, can you just go and do the like and subscribe thing and share this broadcast with whoever you can? Just click at the bottom wherever you're listening this to and click the little share, because I do think this message is important. I genuinely do believe that. So there's my 2 seconds. I don't have any sponsors, so there's no ad breaks, but I am allowed to just say do the click and subscribe and share thing, because only if you think that it's important, which I do, so it's up to you.
We believe.
Yeah. So on that note, bro, I think I don't think it's spoken about enough. And to be honest, I think we can have many more of these, and we'll always talk about what we're doing in our tiny little cosmos of what we're actually doing professionally. But there are bigger things at play here.
Way bigger things.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I think we know that. And I think this is important stuff for people to be talking about, because it's so far too often so trivial and frivolous. And you're just talking about all the nice little decorative stuff about life. But life is fucking hard. It's a hell of a mission. But it's also not so much when you can talk to anyone. And if this is one of the outlets, then I mean, how cool is that? I had no idea that this is where it would evolve to tonight.
Yeah.
But I also have a gut enough to know that when my bros are here, we're going to make some sense in some form or other. You
What
know
a
I mean?
legend. Under your roof, bro.
Yeah.
Under your roof with this
Exactly.
amazing energy in this room. And
Yeah,
I do
shots.
believe if this podcast can be something where, you know, we chat again, there's so much to talk about, and not that either of us have any answers, but I just think it's important for people to know that we're thinking of them.
Well, that's the thing. It's not
Yeah.
about answers. It's
No.
actually about statements such as "you're not alone." Let's expound on that. You know what I mean? Then we talk about your story, our story, different tactics that we've learned along the way to help us cope from martial arts. Different ways of dealing with cutting down, whether it's a percentage journey or not. If it's which source is right, etc., etc. So I mean, brilliant. This to me is, and you must hear the comments going, one of the best ever podcasts we've done. So I'm
Thank you,
really
Michelle.
I'm really enjoying this. Check out.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to
Thank
touch
you,
on that.
ARD.
I just
Jeez.
want
Yeah.
to touch on that "you're not alone" thing, because that
Yes.
really helped me.
You're not alone. Yeah.
Yeah,
and I think that helps everyone, because, like you've said so many times, so many people go through that. But the most interesting thing about emotions and what we feel is that they're relative
yeah,
to some degree.
yeah.
The sadness that you feel, and the sadness that someone in a worse position feels,
It's relative.
is relative.
Yeah.
There's relativity there. That's why music is a universal. That's why they say a universal language,
Yeah.
because it is relative. We feel to some degree the message that you put out on Impossible Machines. We'll all feel relativity in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Look, you can
At some stage, yeah.
you can micro it.
Yeah.
There's ambivalence to everything.
Yeah.
But if we look at the relativity just as a whole,
Yeah.
it's so powerful.
Yeah.
And something else that I would love to tell people out there is there's a lot of weight and a lot of peace that comes when you honor and respect your parents, no matter what.
Ooh,
That's happened.
that's a big one.
That's a big one. I
Shit,
know that's a big one.
That's a
But
big
if you
one.
can, if you can honor and respect them, no matter what has happened, or
Yeah.
there's a container that leaves, dude.
Yeah. And there's a peace and a release that happens when you, at some stage, decide to make peace and forgive as well. So I do encourage that, because
Yeah.
my mom and I, for example, are I would like to say the best time we've ever had in our lives. But we've had
It's incredible.
We've
bro.
had highs and lows, man.
Yeah.
bro.
And I'm saying the times that we've been able to put anything aside have been the greatest of my life. I'm fortunate that she's still alive, 80 years old. Can you
Wow,
believe that? It's
it's amazing.
ridiculous. Not only
Powerful.
alive, but vibrant
Yeah.
and just the funniest person. We've only recently really connected beautifully on so many levels.
Wow.
So so people who have, and I understand this, so people who have cut off family members, I understand for good reason
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
I get it. We don't, but I will always encourage you, and I always use this little analogies. Just leave the door, a little crack in the door of the possibility of going, one day I can say, I forgive you, I'm sorry, even say I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Just who cares about fault or blame? But on your point, to cut that creation part of you off, it's a thing, man. And once you, it's all you have to do is say, I'm sorry, I love you. Just hang the phone up. And this sounds terrible, but you win. You win in that moment. You go,
Yeah.
love you, click. It's like a last touch thing in on the playground. You know, the tag game. You just go,
Yeah.
I love you. Just so universally I'm clear. I go, I love you. But those people, when you lose a loved one and the last thing you said to them was bugger off for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
because
Man,
dude, that's
big, bro.
That's big,
It's big.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Because like not even you don't even have to be friends with them, bro. It's just the fact of the
Just forgiveness
acknowledgement
and acknowledgement. Yes.
that you're not alone. Because remember, they're winging it too.
Bro.
Do you know what I mean, bro?
Potentially even more than you. They
That's
have
what I'm
us
saying,
as
bro.
kids.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
It's
Like,
way trippier.
yeah,
I can't
dude.
even imagine having kids right now.
No,
bro.
bro.
You know,
I definitely
no,
can't.
but
Have you guys got?
No.
That you
I
know?
was gonna
say,
Maddie,
we
talk
have,
to
you
me.
know.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
But I mean, like, seriously, dude, like that weight that gets released for those of you out there, like,
Yeah.
just honor and respect. You don't have to call your parents every day. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to do that. I legit honor and respect my parents, and I love them, and I call them. And what a blessing!
Yes. While you
And
can.
how fortunate? Yes,
While
dude.
you can, bro.
And my pops is here,
While
bro.
you can.
Bro,
Right?
that's the
Because I
thing.
tell you, it's
Dad's
so
gonna
quick.
come.
It's so quick.
Yeah,
Not
he's
not to
gonna come.
throw anyone under the bus. I'm not going to mention who this person is.
Yeah.
But I know of somebody, right, who doesn't have the strongest relationship with their dad.
Right.
Lost their mom from a very young age. But what I can say is that they realized to themselves that even losing those people in their life so early, because it was in their teens that they lost this person,
Yeah.
was how important it was for them to carry on moving, and whether what you believe in, just to know that you want to know that they're watching you.
Yeah.
You want to know that their spirit's with you.
Yeah.
And like you guys said, you don't want to leave the planet
On that note.
No,
I
or
know.
have
'Cause
them
to have that
leave.
doubt. Yeah.
It's such a tough one. It's
Oh,
such
bro,
a tough one.
it's an age-old thing about children just looking for the acknowledgement and the I'm proud of you from their parents, which is an age-old affliction of everyone. They do pretty much everything just for the father to say, I appreciate you, or something like that. You strive for that your whole life.
Yeah, dude.
But that said, whether you get it or not from them, you must also understand where they come from. If they're so cold that, or what's the word, like so stubborn that they can't, it's because of the generation that they grew up in.
Their traumas
It's
that
to
haven't
show
been
you
dealt
that
with, dude.
when they show you like real emotion, that's a sign of weakness when they grew up.
Exactly.
So you take it the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? It's
Exactly,
like,
man.
wild. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
Communication is
Yeah.
so
my
interesting.
lady, her grandpa unfortunately passed away last year. He was a tough guy, man. Survived World War II.
That's pretty tough.
He lived on a tram for like 2 years, eating fucking
peas.
man,
Yeah, bro.
peas, and like bare minimal. He was a tough man, and I moved into her house while he was still alive, and he passed away. He really liked me, which I felt blessed, because out of all the boyfriends that she ever had, I was like the only one who was ever invited for dinner.
There we go.
Not to put myself on this
No,
thing.
but
Samson
hey, World War II
Brothers.
Oaks know things, bro. The Oaks have been through wars, know a thing.
But what I was saying is I always used to say to her, just on this topic, I said to my lady, he's showing you love in his own way.
Yes.
He
correct.
doesn't. He didn't know how to compliment. He didn't know how to, give affection because of the old mentality. He didn't know how to encourage or anything like that. But if you can anchor yourself, if you can remind yourself, like, you're the anchor of your own life, bro.
Yeah.
You're the person who needs to ground themselves. You're the person that needs to do your push-ups. You're the person that needs to work fucking hard. You're the person that needs to carry on moving. No one's going to push you to do it.
Yeah.
You got to wake up and do that.
Yeah.
But if you can realize that, then sometimes you look at the family situation and you can see the love that is given in the way that you might not expect it.
Yes.
Just saying.
But also a
Dude.
very important thing on that is just realize that the parents that we have and the generation that they come from, mine is also, I'm generationally removed from you guys as well. We came up with certain ways of thinking and believing that take a generation to break in the first place.
Sure.
So just think about a father and their father and the love or lack of that they got from them, and the reason why that father couldn't show it. It's also you can also understand it. They grew up in World War II, where if you had any sign of emotion, it was seen as weakness. You had to grow up being, and they accomplished things because of that. Obviously, what happened as a side effect is that they weren't able to show emotion the way we would all like to, and they weren't able to be kind and sensitive, but also. Thank God, because they needed to be tough, because we needed to get through the 60s or the 50s or the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
So always remember that about generational people as well, is that they're going through their own conditioning of their generation, which you won't know until much later on. But as soon as you at least put yourself out there to go, shit, they were raised in a different time. World War II was pretty tough. ETPs on a tram, not great. It doesn't really evoke the inner Dalai Lama in you, does it? Like you just want to dollar everyone that you meet on the streets. So that's another thing, Bruce. Just realize that we all come from crazy trauma that's revolving back to that. We do, including us. Fortunately, we are evolving wonderfully as a generation, and I've seen it with kids. I think they're being a little bit too pampered for my liking. But or who am I to say? I don't know anything. It's also just part of where we're at. And parents are doing a lot of overcompensating for all sorts of reasons and for whatever reasons. And it doesn't matter. You're not alone. We're just figuring shit out and we're winging it. But I'm just saying, whenever you get the moment, someone offends you, someone bumps you, someone cuts you off in traffic, just go, I wonder where they came from today. What is their story?
Or even just surrender, bro.
What is their story?
It's okay,
Yeah,
like,
but
leave it.
immediately surrender. But like, if you want to ponder a bit further, just go, man. First of all, we musos. I'm never late for anything. I'm only going out there because I'm bored.
Or like Maddie will arrive fucking 8 hours early before a show, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not driving through traffic or anything like that. So we're not cutting off in traffic in general. Just go. Just think. Are you going back to a cushy home? Are you going back to something that is way more comfortable than potentially what that person was going through? Even if not, you just go, we're all living our own traumatic life. You know what I mean? And we are. Yeah. And just the more, I think it's going to be one of those knock-on, pay-it-forward kind of things. The more we can start showing kindness as a response instead of aggression, like I grew up with, as we did. We're like, oh, but I'll kill you. But just go, hey, cuzzy, just wave, bro. Just wave. Hopefully that can be a knock-on effect, and who knows if that'll save us before AI, which leads us to our next topic. AI, what the fuck?
Just turn straight.
Give us a line.
Just turn straight, exam.
Do you remember that?
What?
Do you remember that?
What do you mean?
Just turn straight.
Of
We're
course.
not going there. You remember that?
Just turn straight, exactly.
That was brilliant.
You must turn straight, okay? Need the fucker left.
Too good, bro.
Anyway.
Okay, let's move on a little bit. So, interesting conversation or
AI.
thought for
It's
me.
fucked everyone's business up.
It totally has.
I was in contact with a film company in Berlin last week,
Uh-huh.
and they were asking us for quotes for some of our music. And she was like, yo, but what about AI?
Mm-hmm.
What about
it?
AI?
What
Okay,
about
so
it?
what was her question?
No, that's it.
That's
Okay.
it. That's the question.
Her-
It's our response.
her
What
question
about
was-
AI?
Okay, let's be honest. Pricing of songs.
Yeah, what
And
about
then,
AI?
But then the lady goes, but I can subscribe to an AI site.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, but what people don't realize is that you can go in mid-journey.
Go.
I'm just going to the bathroom getting us
Okay,
fresh
sweet.
beers, eh?
I'm good,
Perfect.
bro.
You
You
good?
get to more, I'm good, bro. Shots.
Dude, you can go on mid-journey. You can make amazing images. Dude, there's so many. Bro, I've been on ChatGPT since last year, dog.
Yeah.
Okay. What all I'm saying is that AI music, people, is not at the same level as AI images. It's not at the same level as DALL-E 2. It's not at the same level as ChatGPT 4. The thing that AI music can do really well is it can create EDM music very well.
Yeah.
Okay, it can orchestrate because it has the data of velocity. It has access to the plugins that can create the strings and all that. But it cannot replicate an acoustic guitar. It cannot create yet. It can't
Can't even do
create
hands properly in art.
Okay, so because we had a meeting. There was a venture capitalist company that was interested in Revelation Beats.
And rightfully so.
Thank you. And the funniest thing is, like, I just thought I was going in there to have a conversation. I didn't know I was supposed to present my business.
Right.
Big lesson, everyone. Be prepared
Always
for all
be
that
ready.
stuff.
Yeah.
But we as musicians aren't, I'm a business and a man and an entrepreneur now. But anyway, so we went in there, and the funniest thing is we're sitting with a guy that used to compose for film, who's now one of the leading minds in AI technology. No jokes, these are all Swedish people.
Cool, of course.
And the second person used to be the CMO of Epidemic, which is the largest music library in the world. And the funny thing is, they're both musicians, but the people, and they were on a Zoom, but the people who were around us were all here, like 8 of them.
Wow.
And they were all kids. And by kids, I mean younger than me.
Yeah.
And they were like,
kid.
so what are you going to do about AI replicating your music? And I was like, okay, firstly, here's the thing. When I put a microphone in front of my amplifier moves air. Okay,
Yeah.
number one. So the microphone is picking up the movement of air.
Yeah.
Can't replicate that. Second thing.
Okay, carry on.
Second thing, when you have a sine wave,
Yeah.
right, which is one single wave, and you pass that wave through a valve amp or preamp,
Yeah.
people call it warmth. What you're
Yeah.
actually doing is you're creating overtones and harmonics. You're actually creating other notes that exist with
Right,
it.
harmonics, yeah.
Okay, so you're capturing the air, you're creating warmth or harmonics that then gets passed into, let's say, a valve state equalizer,
Yeah.
which creates more warmth and more
Yeah.
harmonics.
Yeah.
Then goes through a compressor outboard.
Yeah.
Then goes and gets printed digitally.
So I agree with you on all of that. So
That's a hard thing to replicate.
it is. I'll tell you the harderest at the end of
Let's
it.
talk about the harderest thing.
I totally agree with you. You're dead right.
Yeah.
I personally believe that AI will be able to simulate all of that. One thing you will not be able to do is replicate heart just yet.
Yeah.
We're getting very close. They're becoming very close to sentient
Dude,
and the
it's
singularity.
soulless. But that's the other thing, man. That's what I said to this person. She was like, "Well, how can I distinguish the difference between your music and AI music?"
Well, that's the thing.
And I was like, "Well, it depends on your consciousness level, to be honest.
Yeah,
because I can, if you play me AI music, I already feel uncomfortable and I want you to turn it off because it hurts a bit.
Right.
But it's like some people." Like one of my best mates, he's like, "Dude, check out, this new AI Drake song or whatever." And he
Yeah,
plays
yeah,
it for
yeah.
me, and I'm like, "Bro."
Okay,
I
so
can't hear
we
this.
can hear
It's
it. We can
Yeah.
hear that it doesn't resonate. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a problem. Your German company said, "What about AI?" And for good reason.
My girlfriend.
There we go. Thanks, girlfriend. From Revelation Beats. Follow that link on YouTube or wherever. Any songs, maybe a couple. And that's okay. That is interesting. Maybe
What about that track, man?
should I do it?
I think you
Good,
should show
bro.
everyone
Oh
the
shit!
track.
Oh shit!
Bro,
Okay,
is that Franco?
let me see. I hope I don't bugger this whole broadcast up. by
I have
trying
no
to load
idea,
the
but
song.
if that's Franco's, what's up, my boy?
My brother.
Okay, so check this out. This should load without buggering
Dude,
out.
if that's our one of my best mates. He
helped us
me
build the
our
studio.
dude.
Could well be.
He's a legend.
All right, so I'm
I'm
just
so
gonna.
keen to hear this piece of
Well,
music.
here
man.
comes, bro. Here comes. I'm gonna turn your mics off because the speakers are behind you, so I can crank it. Okay. Let's see if it loads it through all this. Thank goodness for good processing computers, if it even works at all.
Are you ever gonna switch to Ableton, bro?
No, never. But I'm Logic till I die.
Right,
Right outside. Have
you ever met us that talk like this?
Oh shit, it's not loading. That's a good and a bad sign because I actually upgraded the other
All I
day.
can say is last point before the mic switches off.
Yeah.
AI and Carl will probably tune me for this, my big brother.
Yeah.
It's never gonna replicate the human touch
No.
on things. So in terms of being able to, so for call centers, you've experienced it. You have a Wi-Fi contract or you want to cancel something. You go through call centers. It goes that deep. But I just have to say, AI is never going to replicate or replace the ability that humans can provide for each other, like live entertainment.
Well, That's
example.
the only place that I'll agree with you is it live. But I'll tell you right now, they'll do call centers. They'll do they'll
No,
speak.
that's it.
They'll
Call
answer.
centers.
They'll answer things better than you ever could have dreamt of. So, surgery for sure.
Get up on that.
All these things, but live is the only place that we have some solace. And
Imagine
Except
an
for piano,
AR
bro.
Matthews.
No.
Hey?
Imagine I watched an AR Odd Matthews.
No, I can't
That would
do
one
be the
hologram,
same.
bro. Hopefully they'll trim a couple of fucking pounds there. That'll be like,
But
bro, please.
but cuz
No, you look good, bro. You look good.
two things, bro. The first thing is when I was on Disney, bro, they had Percy the self-playing piano.
Okay.
It was already
Shit,
loaded.
I remember that,
and
Maddie. I was
like,
there with you.
Shout
so-
out to Percy.
so I think like
He's
piano.
also lonely. Eh? Percy also got feelings, bro.
Bro, like I don't know about piano in that, but here's something really funny, bro, and I hope Bad Boys doesn't find this out. But two of our tracks, I don't know who's left on this. I don't know who's left on this podcast, but we have two tracks that are in final revision for the Bad Boys 4 film that's coming out.
Oh yeah, you were saying that's
Okay.
awesome. Congrats.
For those who are listening.
Amazing.
But bro, like the first track that I did, which you can check on the site later.
Don't mention it, Maddie. I think you need to stop right there.
Why?
What?
Why do you guys do? Do you guys have an NDO or something? I don't know.
No, like what I did was I went onto an AI site and I generated
Doesn't matter.
No, just listen.
He gave
like,
it away.
Like I generated a chord sequence.
Yeah.
And then I took that and further put it in another
Bro,
site
well, that's
and stripped it into stems.
well done.
And then I took the single chord sequence
Yeah.
and I liked it and then I pitched it, changed its performance.
Yeah. So
And-
I think
and
there's
then I had
nothing
a
bad
song.
about that other than saying that you're actually adapting to what it can
Yeah,
be.
but I mean,
It's
we
not
don't want
taking away.
Timberland to be like. But he's on AI right now, bro.
No, but
He's
Odd-
trying
Odd
to
said
generate
it.
fucking
You're
AIDs.
adapting to what it can be.
Thank you.
But now listening to a non-AI track.
This is very non-AI. This is Jude with 5 tracks. I'll see if I can get a.
Can they actually see the session, bro?
Yes, they
Big
can.
session.
How sick is that,
this
dude?
This is
How many tracks is this thing, bro?
I don't know, bro.
Let's go down.
Oh.
That's 50. It's nice. Like our sessions. It's nice.
I'll show you. Yeah. There's what that looks like.
Can I have a shot at mastering this for free?
Of course you can.
Please, bro.
And mixing as well. I'm still trying to mix it.
My
But
man.
check it out. I'm going to mute the mics quickly and I'll show you. This is Judy, and this is something that I was working on the boat. It's actually been quite a long time in the making, and I have to finish it this week. So maybe I'll need you guys to help me out. So check this out.
Please,
Josh
brother.
doesn't like Ableton, bro. He wants Cubase or he wants Logic. I'm serious, bro.
Okay. Oh no, it's not coming through system audio. Oh, okay. That's a sign. It's a sign that's not meant to be.
Oh, you have to route the output.
Yeah, but bro, I don't know how to write one output here, man. Oh, what the hell?
route it through 2 different places at once.
System audio. This is going through the system. Why is that not doing that? This didn't work. Okay, so it's not meant to be, but I'll play it for you guys after the show because I do want to do a proper reveal on this. It's not coming through the system. It's okay. All good. Not meant to be tonight. I'm going to unmute you guys. Sorry. I'll play it to you after the show. So,
I
Dude,
can't
what does
wait.
it feel like to have a voice like that?
Oh, I was actually going to ask you after the podcast.
Sure.
If you could just give me some life tips, bro, of how to articulate the vocals like, not like you, because no one's ever going to be like you, but just advice on being a vocalist and being able to kind of project your voice more, how to train your falsetto the way you have, because it's flipping incredible.
well, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. The only thing I could ever tell you is that I don't think vocals are something and voice is something you can actually train, to be honest. Or you can maybe hone it a little bit. But what I would recommend is that you sit and listen very closely to what Nat King Cole does when he sings and what all the greats do, the Louis Armstrongs of the world, all the even Elvis, and you listen closely and you vowel sound what they've done in their lives.
Sure.
That's all I did. Not on purpose. I had no idea. That's all I had to listen to. And so there is no training, unfortunately. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know where and how. I hold it on a Denim, our bassist and a producer extraordinaire, has had the same question, like asking where do I get the falsetto from? Falsetto is something that came only the last 10, 15 years. I used to have
Wow.
a pathetic falsetto. I couldn't hold it for more than
so
2
it's
So
age,
you're
seconds.
man.
saying in your 20s you didn't have the falsetto you have now?
I did, but it was touch and go. You know what I mean? It was-
Wow,
yeah, yeah.
man.
And then something just happened here in my solar plexus or my core or my boop. Wherever. And I swear, I kid you not, I've often gone, maybe this boop is actually working for me vocally. Not aesthetically, but vocally it's definitely working. But it's a
It's
true
weird
story.
how it works like that, eh?
It's a true story, bro. I don't know. If I knew,
Yeah.
I'd write books about it.
Bro,
but
I'll tell
No, I
you
got
something,
you.
man. Like, when I was 27, I got onto Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. He was here
And-
recently.
And I started listening to him a lot. And then I started learning how he projects his vowels. Like, it's almost like he shoots it onto a wall.
Aha.
And my range started growing,
Right.
like, way more.
Right. I mean, so there are those ways. I'm sure people have come up with. There's so many analytical minds out there that you can probably do. I'm just sharing from my side. I have no clue. It's just something that like I think guitar, drums, also to the level that you play guitar, and is something. It's not really something that can be taught. It's hours. It's also hours and
No, you're
hours and
100%
hours.
right.
Yeah, dude, I didn't go
It's
to
the
Ped
dedication.
Rage. I didn't
No,
go to
bro.
Joel's
No,
when I
well,
was a
that's
kid,
the
bro.
difference.
I
Eat
was
sleeping guitar,
that was
man.
just
So,
gets
so
you
the point is with vocals, it's you either got it or you don't. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so.
like
that-
Sadie says.
that's all I can say.
No, it's
in that
crazy,
regard.
man. And the reason why I ask you is because I mentioned in the beginning, you are one of my favorite singers I've ever heard in my life, and I only place you with two people, you and Fink, and I know you love Fink.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I was a kid, man, and those of you listening, there's a song that Maddie wrote called "Burn" when we were Samson Brothers, and I sang in my falsetto, and I had a pretty good falsetto. Like
Yeah.
maybe not amazing or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah.
but I could sing and I could do these runs.
You were 10.
I was 10. I was
Amazing.
10.
Quick note here as well.
10
Yeah.
years old,
Yeah, yeah.
11 going to the Nelson Mandela concert to open for Nelson Mandela at the 4664 in Joburg.
Wow.
So I was really young, man. I barely went to school. I was just, playing music with my brother. But when I got into my 20s, that all changed.
Mm.
I had this like lower voice. I
Right.
started singing
He's
all
got a
these.
much lower voice than me.
Yeah,
man.
mine's getting lower by the year.
but my
You guys got
falsetto
low
kinda-
voices,
my,
man.
my falsetto kind of changed, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But it's also physiological as well. It's it's not really something. It's just a progression. Some people lose their voices as they get close to my age or in their 20s. You just don't really know. I don't. It's also lifestyle related. There's so many things that could affect it or not. There's definitely nothing that you can train yourself for. That's for sure.
How's the
Diaries,
vaping?
bro.
Chuffing
How's the
diaries.
vaping? How's the vaping treating
Vaping
you?
weirdly has been fine, and for those who
Vaping
are wondering what I've been
quiches
doing, this is
my
just
voice.
this is a 2% nicotine. I'm embarrassed to say that I vape because I've been a non-smoker my whole life. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. But I've done this since March last year. I was clutching on it during the trip on the boat. It was my
Sure.
vice. I'm now. There's a reason they say nicotine is a very addictive substance. It really is. But to answer your question, when I was after a couple of drops, I used to be the social guy. I was like, "Hey, bro, trip me a diary. Give me a diary." I would smoke. If I smoked actual cigarettes, voice gone.
Really?
But since these things, it's actually water and vapor. I'm sure that's a whole other podcast as to the long term
Yeah.
effects
but
on
things
it.
to say.
But so far, touch wood, it's been okay.
You're good,
and
you're
I've,
good.
I've been
But
okay.
doesn't
So it
affect your
works- it works
voice,
for
bro,
you.
which
not at
is
all.
great.
Not at all. No.
That's so funny because it
That's
doesn't
incredible.
work for me, man.
Oh, really?
It
Does it kill your voice?
kills it, dude.
Wow. But a diary, a normal diary, fine.
No,
Bro,
he doesn't smoke.
I don't smoke, bro.
Well done.
Do you know in
Yeah.
2020? Do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the last that one time that we were here,
At
we
the
were
pool,
like,
bro, you're chuffing diaries.
and I was
bro.
chuffing. I was smoking a pack a day, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, I woke up the one morning, no jokes. I woke up the one morning. I'm like, I'm over smoking. I never smoked again.
Well done. That's amazing.
He was smoking 20 guys. For those of you who are smokers, he was smoking 20 to 30 cigarettes a day, and
Yeah.
the man just stopped, and he hasn't smoked in 2.5 years.
So
no
Ken.
more, bro.
3. It's been
Yeah,
3 now.
3
Hey,
years,
no
dude.
more, bro.
Bro, I just stopped,
All I'm saying
man.
is on the vapor thing,
Yeah.
it works for you,
Yeah.
but I have to say, and this will be for the next podcast,
Yeah, yeah.
tobacco's been consumed for thousands of years.
Correct.
You know,
Correct,
you
but
know
for
how-
thousands of
But
years,
tobacco started
bro.
controversially as well. But so
Yeah.
you know, we don't really
Am
know.
I wrong
bro.
by saying that though? It has
No,
been.
No,
You
no,
do.
it has
And
been
that's why it's
consumed, my
biblical
bro.
times.
Yeah,
It's the
thousands
oldest.
of years,
It's the
bro.
oldest. But nicotine is the oldest, hardest drug to quit,
Yeah,
or
for sure.
substance, should I say? So that's just all our current journey. We're all panicking. We're all doing what we can.
And everyone's
Just trying to
chuffing,
do our
bro.
best. We're all tripping balls. Life is literally a trip. It really is.
And
It
chuffing.
is.
But bro, it's it's just about how you deal with it, bro. And I think the The sooner you realize how messed up it is, actually, weirdly, the more comfort you can have with all of it. Because I think it's those who go, oh shit, my life is supposed to be X, Y, Z according to. You fine. Everything you see on social media is a lie. No couple can be that happy with their 28 kids and declare their love like it every second day. That's a lie. I'm sorry. I hope for their sake it is. Usually that's massive red flags for me. If you truly love someone so much, it doesn't need to be declared on social media. But people are affected by it. You're affected by how someone looks with the filters, all these XYZ. So don't be affected by that.
Yeah,
Everyone's
man,
panicking.
how many likes is my life worth, bro?
Right, exactly.
It's heavy.
Yeah, dude.
Guys, I'm going to call it at the moment. This has been beautiful. I will encourage us, we neighbors, let's do this again. For the comments that we've had, I think we can literally pick a topic and start, and it'll always go back to revelationbeats.com. Guys, check this out. These boys have been working hard. They're some of the most talented people I've ever met in my life, and I say that with absolute confidence. I'm enamored by your skills individually, and then when it's together, it's also just next level. It's something that you just can't explain. It's called chemistry, which you guys have. I'm honored to call you guys friends. I think you sharing what you guys are doing creatively and also where you're at as a person, I think has been invaluable tonight, and it's awesome. Let's hang out a lot more, and I love you guys forever.
Oh man, we love you, bro. And like you said, for all the love you've given us, for having us on this podcast, it's been a blessing to talk about this for the next one, ARD.
Dude, plenty more.
And just for everyone here tonight, show love, man. We're all winging it. We're all doing our best, and I appreciate you for having Maddie and I tonight, bro. What a legend.
Dude, absolutely. There's Nish. I was talking about. Big love to Nish and Brensky. Awesome guys. Love to you all.
Legends.
But everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please spread, share, like, subscribe, dislike, block if you care. I don't give a shit. I love you either way. Kindness is everything, and this is the Samson Brothers in their very truest and rawest sense. Love you very much. We'll see you very soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, ARD.
Thank you, ARD.